Hello everyone and welcome to the Telstra Dome for the big round 21 clash between Carlton and the Kangaroos. Malcolm Blight joins me as we look ahead to what's a special day. I guess the most significance being the record-breaking occasion for Glenn Archer goes ahead of your old mate Wayne Schimmelbusch.
Yeah, it's a great byline during the week with the two of them, and Shimmer's handed it over to Arch, and I think he's pretty happy it's gone to a bloke like Archer, who has been a fantastic servant for the Kangaroos.
Going to be a tough one for the Blues. There's been some changes in both teams. Let's start and have a look at Carlton first of all, and they've lost some experience with Lappin and Houlihan going out. Already they had young players coming in, one young man coming in for his first game. We're going to get a look at later is the young boy in Hampson, the number 22, the ruckman. But what do you make of that team?
I'm fascinated with young Gibbs, you know, the #1 draft pick. Now that Brett Ratton's put him on the ball, the new coach of Carlton, and I'm really fascinated the way he's going to go from that half-back as a youngster onto the ball. So I'm looking
20
forward
possessions
to that.
last week. I think his best performance so far in Gibbs we're talking about there. What about the Roos? They are fine-tuning. They also have a couple of changes, and one of them, Jess Smith, is out of the team, and he's had a fine season as well.
He has indeed, and McIntosh is the biggest improver, I think, in nearly in the AFL. He's had a great year in the ruck, and a Petrie, we know, of course, up forward, has kicked the bag and probably is favoured to do it again today.
They've had some tough games and played against some very good sides over the last 3 weeks and had losses, so they'll be keen for a win. You think they can?
I think they can win pretty comfortably today.
All right, let's go to the bounce of the ball.
Congratulations to Glenn Archer. What a career he's had. Game number 307, and shaking the hand there of Satan Halpin. And he's so focused, isn't he, Glenn Archer, and trying to lead his side to a victory again this afternoon. Well, players have taken their positions, and we're about to get underway at the Telstra Dome. Carlton versus the Kangaroos. McIntosh wins it down. Chance for Gibbs. He's wrapped up immediately by Simpson. And we'll get an early bounce. Perfect conditions for football this afternoon. Must-win game this for the Kangaroos. Keep their final 4 hopes alive. Ackland. Deft tap, but straight towards Kangaroo player. Well done, Jones. Shovels it back to Wells. Now Simpson. Little kick around the body is effective, and they're away. McIntosh off to Rawlings. Kangaroos now. Chance to go inside their attacking 50. Out comes Hale and marks beautifully. And David Hale will kick from 35 metres. Angle reasonably acute, but this to get the Kangaroos off to a flying start.
Wasn't it a great kick? Just timed the kick. Just let him run into it from Rawlings there. And the big fella. Good grab to start with. Good confidence grab.
Certainly is, and he's had a very good year, David Hale. Kicking has been, well, okay on occasions. 9 goals, 9 from set shots. And you can see the angle that confronts him here. From 40, drop punt is across the face. First score of the game to the Kangaroos. A behind.
Familiar face, Jason McCartney. Former Roo, of course, and Pye and Crow. And taking a close interest in his old team.
Isn't it a beautiful day in Melbourne, too? It's always perfect. Michael, you would have loved playing this.
It's like this every day in Melbourne. Malcolm, you've forgotten.
Yes, no, that's fine.
We saw Jamison involved initially there, so it'll be interesting to watch how his progress goes this afternoon. Bannister gets the kick out onto the wing, and the Blues through Walker. Now, in the middle of the ground, hemmed in a little, and able to find Scotland on the way out. Over Betts, goes for Whitnall. Oh, Harris concedes the free kick. Wasn't good play, really. They had the extra numbers, and it was unnecessary to go for the mark.
It's been fascinating.
No, now it's 50. Pratt with a slight slip up with a throw back to Whitnall.
I must say, he didn't work too hard for it. But with Brett Ratton now coaching us, it is certainly a different style of play. They're slowing the game down, chipping it around a bit more, honouring the leads.
Let's give it back to him on the full.
But you must remember there's still a forward line one-on-one.
He's on the mark now.
You can have a bit of this, not all of it.
1 more metre, please.
Well, this is the start that they're hoping for, obviously. Lance Whitnall this year, 16 goals, 9 from his 13 games in his 11th season in AFL footy. Hasn't had a massive record against the Kangaroos over the years. 17 goals from 14 games, which is below his career average of 1.6 goals per game. But here he is to give the Blues a handy start, and unfortunately his kicking lets him down, and that's not what the Blues needed early doors, obviously.
So Glenn Archer, game number 307 A glittering career. Called to play on. He drives it long. Target McIntosh, edged underneath it. The mark's been paid. Kennedy kicks it inside, attacking 50. Pratt at a good spot at the back. Betts couldn't hold on. He got first hands to it, couldn't hold on to the mark, and the Kangaroo defence arrive in numbers and tied up. Bounced 35 metres from the Carlton goal.
Michael, just watching that then, as Whitnell had a shot for goal, I got a funny idea that Carlton players actually went to their zones and really made it hard for North Melbourne to get that ball out of there.
Gibbs at ground level. Gee, a lot of players around the football. Well, slips the handball to Rawlings. Sinclair wide now. McIntosh, and now Brent Harvey, who's had such a wonderful year. Back to Pratt. There comes Archer. Puts the foot on the gas and handballs intelligently to McIntosh. Sinclair forced to kick in a hurry. Just fiddled a little bit there. The Kangaroos. Wasn't a great kick, and Bauer did well. Was brave going back and marking. Now Whitnell.
Yeah, working hard at both ends of the ground, the Blues, and Lance Whitnell gets Kennedy on the way out. And this is Bryce Gibbs at his best game possession-wise last week for the Blues. Swings it into Fisher, a long way from home. You think he'll need to kick a few goals to Savo if Carlton are to win. Patient build-up. Walker now. A couple of leads he could have honoured, but instead, more positive. Ackland, the target. But as he's been doing for years and years and years, Glenn Archer putting his body on the line and floating across. That certainly wasn't the toughest mark he's ever had to take, but he's done the job nicely. This is Edwards. Been in and out of the team a little through the years, depending on the sides they've played against. For Rito. Hale's going to have to work extra hard there. Good body work from Jamison. And now Waite gives it back to Jamison. Some good flow for the Blues. This is Saddington.
Kick towards half forward, over the head of Gibbs. Chance at the back. Rawlings able to shovel it to Harris. And Harris is able to kick it out into the path of Harvey in space. You don't want to see Brent Harvey with space. He can chop you up. A casual bounce confronted by Murphy. Kicks beyond that. It's a very clever kick. And Sainsbury's mark. Now called to play on here, Sainsbury. So kicks it back inside the corridor. Green. Kick and a half from goal. Former Eagle. Kicks it inside, attacking 50. Hale the target again. He got hands on it almost. Jones also there for the Kangaroos, fighting hard for it. Oh, tackle. What's the umpire going to do here? One of those tough ones, Malcolm. When the player with the ball, Jones, ducks the head into the oncoming player, there's not too many options for the tackler.
Here it is here as he goes. He's already on the way down, and I reckon he's just done that as good as you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a free kick. That is a very, very tough call.
I agree with you. And it's one of the problems with this new front-on rule, where players in your day would protect themselves from being hit in the head, but players tend to put their head down now, knowing they're going to get looked after and get the free kick.
Couldn't agree more with that.
So Corey Jones, very quiet last week against the Cats, but has had a very good year from 30 metres, kicks, and he misses. So a couple of very easy opportunities for both Carlton and the Kangaroos missed in the early stages of this game at the Dome.
Kangaroos have won the last 4 against the Blues, including what was the highest scoring game of the season earlier on this year. This one certainly not starting out that way. In the opening 6.5 minutes, we've seen some shocking kicking, and there's another example of it. So the Roos will get a chance to reload.
Just watching these guys kick this footy at the moment, you shouldn't make excuses for them. But see, that one didn't even spin again.
I
reckon it might be a pretty
footy.
every. And I went down this track a few years ago, and Mr. Sharon wasn't very happy with me. I'm sorry about that, Mr. Sharon, but there's just been too many. They are. I love the smell of them, love the taste of them, but they're not all perfect.
That explains a few things. All right, all eyes now then on Drew Petrie. What a season he's had, particularly the last 8 weeks. And he too has got the disease in front of goal. And through from behind, 30 goals, 13 coming in today. But already he's missed one. There's been 3 misses for the Roos and 1 for the Blues.
Numbers here with the Kangaroos. Whitnell couldn't control it. Sainsbury, Edwards, now Harvey, who's been busy early. Vacant goal square. Oh, well done. Brilliantly done by Scotland, arriving to affect the spoil. Petrie was there by himself. And Scotland was able to get back and affect the spoil. So
it's a wonderful leap. Was that a great leap for the little fella?
He's had a great year.
Yeah, he has.
He's been the real architect across halfback for the Blues.
All right, kick in, aim for Walker, and Simpson arrived timely. Good work from Walker to bring Murphy into the game, and the Blues via Jamison. Well, can't count any kick until it's actually gone at the moment. Bauer commits to moving, surrounded by the Kangaroos. Again, not quite clean with the handball, and that's not a great one from Young, but he follows up his work. And they keep it alive, but boy, the mistakes are happening left, right and centre. Bauer with Kangaroos to beat. Scotland, he normally uses it pretty well. Over the head of Simpson, and Ferrito got it getting away. He's got the job on Fisher by the look of things. This is Harris, pretty good in the crunch situations, and that was one of them. Couldn't escape. Simpson also finding the going tough. Saddington as they sorted out. Carezzo, a ball magnet, and this time he uses it very well. Fisher showing his durability, gets up and away, and Ferrito was about 15 or 20 metres away.
Daniel Harris has got up hobbling on that left knee too, boys. It looks like he might be okay, but he's certainly in the hands of the trainers at the moment. He's coming off.
Yeah, and it just buckled underneath him in that tackle. Just saw it then, and yeah, he'll be a bit sore. That stretched that joint.
39 goals, 13. 17th in the AFL goal-kicking list. Certainly his best season for the Blues, Brad Fisher. And after that build-up, he had no hope of being able to score a goal. In fact, I don't think anyone's got a hope of scoring a goal at the moment. It's 4-2, 10 minutes in.
Well, what's happened is both teams are pushing up and down the ground, so there's a lot of play around that midfield area, a lot of bodies, and hard to actually pinpoint with confidence.
Archer taking a long time, but drills the pass onto the chest of Brown. Lee Brown will be looking for a big game coming into the final series. Called to play on. Kicks it very high. McIntosh the target on the wing. Ball to the back. Chance for Sainsbury, who was lurking there dangerously. Harvey, now they're away. Chance for Simpson on the non-dominant side. High kick towards full forward. Oh, almost a clever mark. Big David Hale puts the first goal on the board. The Kangaroos away. So finally, the Kangaroos are able to find the big opening and have their first.
Amazingly, Michael, it came from a snap from the biggest fella in the forward line. And the game is going like that. Nothing's gone sweet for anybody, really. But got caught underneath the ball then and had to push back. And just recovered a bit better than the other guys to snap it.
I guess, Blighty, covering the height of the Kangaroos forwards is going to be a real issue, or could be a real issue for Carlton. But as you mentioned, the way the game's being played, Hale actually snaps that goal.
Yeah, Waite's done. I mean, they're okay. I'm really looking forward to see what happens down there with Carlton. They've got to develop some defenders, and this is a good game to do it.
All right, McIntosh has had plenty of the footy so far. In fact, 5 possessions. Sainsbury starting to get moving. There's another one for McIntosh. Pratt, who's had a good year in defence. Set sail again, hoping for Hale. Strong defence from Scotland. Fierce tackling from Lower, who was a late inclusion. Hale now trying to wrap up Bauer. Illegally, apparently, an advantage paid. And Mark Murphy to take it away and send the Blues forward.
Not much to go to. Waits for the lead up forward. Ovo Halpin was able to gather, give it to Russell, but he's immediately wrapped up going nowhere. And the umpire calls for it. Bounce between midfield and half forward. There's Harris, McMahon, also Jess Sinclair on the bench there for the Kangaroos. The problem for the Blues is to find enough goal kickers. Whitnell and Waite both in defence at the moment. Taken by Simpson. Driving kick towards half forward. Whitnell at the back. Oh, outmarked by Petrie. Yeah, he's marked 47 from goal. And certainly not beyond him this.
And just further to that, obviously, Favola not playing. He's their leading goal kicker. Fisher is their second leading. Waite is their third. He's in defence. Lappin not playing. And then you get to Whitnell, and he's in defence, as you said. So it's going to be a real issue for the Blues. Not so, perhaps, for the Kangaroos.
Petrie, only 3 or 4 steps, but he's a thumping kick as he kept it on line. Not quite. So the Kangaroos, gee, they've dominated proceedings early. 1-5. They lead by 9 points.
Inside 50 count, 7-5 in favour of the Roos at this stage. Waite pinpointing. And this is another one of the young, impressive players in Ryan Jackson for the Blues. Whitnell just couldn't hang on, but he's going to get a free. Simpson just grabbing the arms, apparently. So, once again, Jackson, who's been busy. His 5th possession up onto the wing, and Kennedy is playing a lead-up role, it seems. Centre-half forward for Walker.
It's not hard to get a kick if you're just prepared to run and the opposition player's not prepared to chase you. Just lead up and get a little kick. Thank you.
Saddington, who pushed forward for a while last week and actually did okay. Maybe trying to find another avenue into attack, a more central one via Murphy here. Plenty of leads, but nothing really significant. Fisher doubling back to the square. Pratt is his man at the moment. A little bit of late treatment there for Bannister. Try the outer side. Wait. Good space to aim into. First Saddington and then Kennedy had a bit of a crack at it. Again, it's Jackson, confronted by 3 Kangaroos. And I would have thought a fairly fortunate decision. The umpire on the... No, I don't think the ideal position to really judge that one. But anyway, let's have a look. Was he right or wrong? Ducked the head.
It's as bad as the North Melbourne one earlier.
It is.
So,
No,
and most times footy squares up. I reckon the umpires are getting bored with what they're doing, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, it hasn't been the most inspiring start, but maybe that's going to lift the standard. It's a goal to young Jackson.
Well done, umps. That's fantastic work. We've got a goal for Carlton. And a free kick, you'd have to say, was most doubtful. But it has been a very slow start to the game. The skills haven't been good. Bad decision. They even dropped the ball in the tackle.
A shocking decision, really.
But 1-1.
Brett Ratton, alongside him, Gavin Krasiska. And Blues' first goal of the afternoon. They lead, in fact, trail by 3 points.
Play on.
Poor bounce. Chance for Walker. Somehow got it to Bentic. Oh, he shrugs the tackle of McMahon. Off to Carrazzo, who's had a wonderful season. Off to Scotland. Very creative off halfback Heath Scotland. Normally uses the ball very well. Good handball. Bentic didn't have to break stride. Now Walker again. Wobbly old kick inside, attacking 50. Well done. Brilliantly played by Fisher. Off to Kennedy. Back to O'Halpin. Big Satanta. What will he do? Kick partly blocked. Allows Harvey in. And Brent Harvey was able to do well enough to find Green. Now Rawlings. And they work it out pretty well, the Kangaroos. Pratt now with some dash from halfback. Low and hard and very wide. Wade will be first there. Oh, did it superbly. Great stuff that from Jared Waite. What was coming in the other direction? This is where it's difficult. Needs to try and find a target. His kick was beautiful. And the mark's taken by Russell. 65 from goal. Kicks it deep into the pocket at the back. Saddington not quite gee. Perhaps should have marked that over the much smaller Harvey, but at ground level, that's where Harvey's at his best. And a couple of bounces as he runs across his defensive goal face.
Found it hard, though, to find another man further afield. Had to wait for the run of Archer. And then he kicks to a one-on-one, so well played by the Blues. Jamieson applying the spoil. Sansbury diving in on top. Umpire lets it go for a while, but eventually he's had enough.
So, good spoil there from Jamieson.
Yes.
I watched him closely last week, a young player. And
Boy from North Ballarat.
yeah,
Just as you're speaking, Blighty, the different styles of the teams. Carlton only 2 long kicks, the Kangaroos 11.
that would have been reversed of that 12 months ago.
And the short kicks, the reverse, 23-8. From the wing, Shannon Grant trying to shovel it forward, but Bryce Gibbs found a way. Carrazzo been getting an enormous amount of the footy, but turning this one over, and now they can run. Harvey gets it back from Jones. Still not perfectly clean, but it ends with Sansbury, and it ends with a goal. The Kangaroos coming off 3 big games, which I guess they've had to get revved up for, and maybe that it's a little bit more difficult to get up for a game like this, but it shouldn't be, because for them it's a place in the top 4 up for grabs.
That it is. Fascinated back in the team. Just a nice finish there. So the last couple of kicks at goal have been good, and the standard of the game just starting to lift a bit. Dean Lady looks on there, and Murphy, young Murphy on Harvey. Harvey's racking up the numbers, and Murphy had to go deep to get the kicks, but he's very, very dangerous.
Well done by Hale and young Hampson on the ground for the Blues. Or Rawlings, that was interesting, on the outside of the right boot. And well done. Harvey just pushes Murphy off the footy and kicks it short. Oh, gee, I thought there was going to be a collision there for a moment. But Edwards takes it as Hale let it go. Drives it to the goal square. Over the back of Petrie. And a chance at the back for Grigg. He allows it just to roll over. Boundary throw in.
Now, there's been a word in football in the last few weeks at the Carlton Football Club, particularly, and the word was called tanking. It's just a good lesson as Brent Harvey now takes his game apart on young Mark Murphy.
Somehow out of the pack, Jones was able to get boot to ball, but it was wide, so free kick to Carlton in the back pocket.
He's had 9 possessions, Harvey, and Murphy's had 6.
Yep. His last 5 or 6 minutes is he's got him.
Been very good.
Yes. Murphy got a lot of chip ones early.
You don't believe in tanking, do you, Malcolm?
No.
Whitnell under some stress there, out onto the wing. 2 on 2.
Right.
Sinclair wanted it more than anyone else. He had the run. He just bombs it in. They just seem to be drilled to go along to the top of the square at the moment, the Roos. And Carlton are awake to that, getting extra numbers back into the hot spot. Carazzo, bit of sun to negotiate first. And then the handball, so they can run it through the middle. And a good delivery into attack, and helping to have a shot for goal now. Grigg it was who got the ball onto the boot, the 19-year-old who was a late inclusion. So it's going to be really interesting to watch some of these young kids play today for the Blues and how they stand up. Hampson's another one. We'll have a look at him shortly. He's the big, tall ex-soccer player in for his debut. But it's Satantaro helping, now 24 years of age. Averaging 10 disposals through the year and has kicked 12 goals, 3. Cut the margin back to just 3 points. It's on its way, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. 2-5 to 2-2.
So they're great stories, these, aren't they?
It's amazing, particularly given his background is hurling and not Gaelic football.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot different to the current game, and the skills of these Irishmen that come across, Malcolm, are just exquisite. They get taught the right way from the start, I suppose, and don't develop bad habits.
Yes, they do, and they do it all day, every day too. You know, it's a full-time job for them.
Cameron Cloak looking on, of course, missed most of the season with a shoulder reconstruction, but Satantaro helping. An amazing transition from the sport of hurling. What a kick it was from 50. Hampson wins it out into the path of Simpson. He's had another very good year for the Blues. Oh, he's pinned. Oh, gee, that's harsh.
Still didn't get it. Just want to hold it in where you are.
Very harsh. Free kick across the ground, taken by Swallow. Mark taken by Simpson. Loose player at half forward. In fact, between wing and half forward is Daniel Wells. Just 3 points in it. Wells kicks, probing one. Oh, geez, strong hands there by Edwards. He's away. Jackson missed him. Forced to kick it under pressure. Kick it very high, Edwards. Big pack of players in from the side. Fisher almost. What's he doing there? Sainsbury kicks it out of the pack. Scotland gets back. Mops up for the Blues. Casual bounce into the back pocket. Delivers superbly as he does on most occasions. Simpson from half back delivers to Russell. Need to keep it flowing, Carlton. Need to keep running hard, playing on, taking a risk. Whitnell from centre wing drives it poorly inside attacking 50 straight to Brown.
It's another one that didn't spin right though. How many kicks haven't where the ball just hasn't quite spun? And the conditions are perfect.
That one spun all right from Brown to McIntosh.
But there's a bit of a technique problem with this lad. He's taken that mark there, but he gets the ball too high over his head.
And turned it over straight for Saddington. Took a bounce at not the right time. Holding the ball. Boy, how could that be not a free kick? Anyway, it didn't really matter because the Kangaroos won the ball. Sinclair for Sainsbury. And he has shown a marked improvement, I reckon, over the last couple of months, Eddie Sainsbury.
It's amazing, isn't it, how things can change. Saddington there had a loose player over the top. Just needed to get the handball in. Didn't. Turnover. And now Sainsbury can kick from 40 metres.
Yes, decision making. Hardest thing to teach a player.
Sainsbury, 6 goals, 3 for the season before today. Already put 1 through. 1 was on the run, and that one off target with the set shot. And they're 2 goals, 6. And this kicking for goals has been a real problem for them. There's the Saddington.
Yeah, he had a loose player over the top, and you're right, Hunter, should have perhaps been penalised, but it didn't matter. Whitnell's got it at half back for the Blues. Saddington played most of his time in defence, but playing in attack today, along with O'Halpin and Fisher. Kick to a contest. Swallow roves the pack. It wasn't a great handball. Captain Simpson just saying, don't worry. Gives him a little...
Hey, Blighty, Shannon Grant looking like he's about to come on. At the moment, for about the last 5 minutes, North have had Harvey, Jones, Frito, Grant, 4 of their starting 18 on the bench. I wonder whether this is a sign on a warm day that Laidley's going to try and keep him as fresh as he can with September just around the corner.
Superb handball by Harris to Rawlings to the goal square. Oh, gee, big leaping fist there from Waite. Chance for McMahon. Deep in the pocket, off to Edwards, who's been lively. Wells now an attacking 50. Across the ground, dangerous towards Swallow, but he made it look good. The out-pointed Carazzo, who'll kick from just inside 50.
And just following up Andy Marr's point then, I think it's a valid point that you experienced really good players have all touched the ball early, Andy, and I reckon you're probably right. They came off a bit blowy. It is warm.
Was that hands in the back, Michael?
It looked a bit like it, didn't it? Umpire was right on the spot, but has awarded the mark. So Andrew Swallow had a very good year. Wobbly old kick, Malcolm, but it's home. So the Kangaroos have their second, first of the afternoon to Andrew Swallow, the 20-year-old, and just in his second season has been extremely impressive. And the Kangaroos just sneak out to a 10-point advantage.
Once again, that ball just not quite spinning right. And
it's a marvellous mongrel, Malcolm.
A lot of players seem to be doing it. However, doesn't matter how, you can only put down one. Not how they did it, Michael.
Correct.
So 9 scoring shots to 4. The Kangaroos, in their last 3 games, which they've lost, their scoring accuracy has been just 55%, which is ranked 14th in the competition over those last 3 weeks.
Well, that's one of the most frustrating free kicks ever in football for a coach. Brett Ratton, get ready to go grey, son. That will cause it.
Get ready to go grey. Casey Green, probing kick for McMahon. I wonder if Blighty, they've been a bit one-dimensional in their forward movement. They've gone long to the top of the square a lot. I guess they think that that's their advantage with the tall timber, but the Blues have been able to sweep up quite a few of them as they're doing now. And that looks like young Hampson out there. Didn't get a real chance to have a look at him, but we might with a bit of a ruck contest here. There he is. As we mentioned, 19-year-old, represented Queensland at under 18 level in 2006. And was a striker in soccer until a couple of years ago. He's very raw, and so the Blues are just giving him some experience, I guess, by playing him today. They have some problems in the ruck department, there's no doubt about that. Simpson brings him into attack. McMahon the target.
Yes, and he's marked. Out-pointed Jamison there. Good use of the body from McMahon, who got a late reprieve. A couple of changes, in fact, to both sides for this game this afternoon. And as we watch the kick come in again, Jamison just...
I was more interested in watching Jamison then, but McMahon's done that. That was a very... Actually, I didn't think the young lad from behind, the Carlton guy, did much wrong, but I think this lad just used his body almost perfectly.
Judged it superbly. Yeah. So an opportunity here for another goal. A couple in the last couple of minutes as we get close to quarter time. Tries to bring it back, can't. So, gee, they've been wasteful. Margin out to 11 points, 3-7. Plays 2-2.
Oh, dangerous kick in again from Simpson. And the other Simpson got there to cause some havoc. And again, the ball use below par on the way out for the Blues. And I guess we're going to expect that. They're a very young team. I think they've got 10 players, 21 or under, playing this afternoon. The margin is 11 at the moment. 25 seconds for the Roos to build on their 11-point lead. Harris looks like he's recovered and blazes away. Gets a fair piece of it. McMahon and Waite contest. And that might be all she wrote for the quarter.
1-6 in this quarter from set shots for the Kangaroos.
Most of them are from a reasonable distance out, haven't they? Still.
Scotland at fullback. 13 seconds left in the quarter. Not enough time for the Blues, but a turnover might see the Kangaroos score again. Jamison to Kennedy from half-back. It's a better spinning kick. Malcolm Sannington, gee, should have got a free kick there. Watt was all over his shoulder. Wasn't forthcoming, so enough time for a boundary throw-in, and that'll be about it.
Shannon's been an interesting move up forward. Taken a couple of nice marks in the last few weeks when he's been up there.
Quarter time at the Dome, and the Kangaroos 3-8, very wasteful in that opening quarter. Plays Carlton 2-2, the Roos by 12 points.
Down to Andrew Marr.
The only concerns of Brett Ratton making sure he's getting the right lollies at the moment, except for the scoreboard. From an injury perspective, he's got nothing to worry about. All clear for the Blues. Daniel Harris, the man on screen. The only concern in the first quarter, it was this incident where the left knee got buckled underneath him, and there was, you just saw the hyperextension there, and then it got driven into the ground. So it looked like a double banger for Harris, and there was some concerned looks on the faces of the medical staff of the Kangaroos when they brought him to the bench. They've taped him up. They've done all the checks and balances. He did plenty of flexing before he came back on, but come back on he did. Got a couple of touches before quarter time, so he looks 100% okay. Back to you, lads.
What do you think, boys, that Carlton could do to be a bit more competitive here?
Well, I reckon that the key move is to put your best players, Waite and Whitnell, in your forward 50. They're both playing in defence at the moment, and Halpin and Saddington are the two charged in the key post with kicking the goals, along with Brad Fisher, but that would be an obvious thing for me.
And the other one, Michael, is that this centre bounce creates enormous problems. If you get it quickly to the goal square and kick a goal, you get another one and you get a chance to do it again. Every centre bounce is just so crucial, the start of a quarter particularly.
Ackland against McIntosh. And again, they're able to collaborate there, Swallow and Harris and McIntosh, and eventually find a way forward. Petrie looming. Whitnell effective. Corey Jones had it. Now he's got another crack at it. Worked it. The escape valve out the back was Shannon Grant. High one for Edwards to be camped under for a long time. Scotland, Petrie, arrival late. Oh, Petrie hit the pack very hard, but taking the mark in the middle is Edwards.
That's what I think you call a pack mark.
He's been an interesting player, hasn't he? He's a really good mark. He's a nice kick, if not consistent.
They're fighting all the way down, those two, I think.
But gee, if he's the third forward going into a final series, he could kick a few goals.
Yeah, well, he's shown he's a 100-goal kicker at VFL level. He puts that through. And the Kangaroos out to an 18-point lead. And there was probably the expectation this year, particularly with Thompson going down, that he was going to be the main P in the pot up there. It hasn't worked out that way, but as you said, as the second or third forward, Blighty, with a bloke like Corey Jones floating around and Petrie, obviously, could be very handy.
And throw a Hale up for forward for a bit more height as well. And just that crumbing forward, he just got to try and find one of those, I reckon.
Look at that, 7-1 in terms of contested marks, and Aaron Edwards taking perhaps the best of them of the afternoon. Put the Kangaroos 3 goals in front. Perfect bounce back in the centre. McIntosh again, got it down. Simpson held was a long time in the tackle. Walker. Scotland immediately tackled. And then Carazzo ends up with it, but going nowhere.
Michael, just off this pack, Brent Harvey is now being picked up by Jordan Russell. And Mark Murphy's gone to half forward. There we are there. Mark Murphy's gone to half forward, and the great Glenn Archer has hold of him.
McIntosh again doing very well, but there's going to be a free kick, and it's going to come back to Walker for a hole. Off to Scotland. Delivers wide. Oh, it wasn't a great kick. Brown v Gibbs. A high ball coming in. Brown was well tackled by Betts. Now Rawlings getting back to support. Grant, little handball. Lobbed over the top to Archer, who drills it out wide, and the mark's taken by Rawlings.
So Brady Rawlings having another fine season. Up onto the wing, well placed for Sinclair. He's also had plenty of the footy. Averaging 22 possessions, which is equal with his career best last year. Usually goes with the long kick, this time deciding on the short one. This is Harris bursting through the middle. And a couple of hands in the air. One came from Petrie. He's a hard man in this lodge when his marking's on.
I must say Harris's kick was great.
And just a little too easy for Corey Jones there.
Pulled his kick, Harris. And if there is a bit of a flaw, that's probably his kicking. But that was a really smart kick. And it really did set it up for Petrie. He even could wait. That's how much time he had with that kick.
9 marks inside 50 to 2. In favour of the Kangaroos. Drew Petrie's taken 17 contested marks in the past 8 weeks, but we're watching Corey Jones. Their prime goal kicker for the season, and he shows why once again.
I'd love to know what Brett Ratton asked then, to say, wonder if he knew who was on him, or how did this all unfold. And sometimes in the coaching box, because of the confusion that goes on out in the ground and the randomness of it all, sometimes you're not quite sure who's on who, and that's one you say you probably think, we'll look at the replay during the week and we'll figure out what's there and we'll teach someone about that bit of play.
So some real concerns here for Brett Ratton. Corey Jones.
Remember the back here, thanks guys. Straight up with the footy, please. Eyes on it. Jump straight at the ball.
He's had a very good year, quiet last week, but started okay today. Now another centre square infringement, and this time it's going to Carlton. Carrazzo out wide to Fisher. He needs to be in there forward 50, you think, if they're going to win the game. Simpson.
Back one metre.
No, he didn't listen to him, Sinclair. Umpire let it go. Kick to Carrazzo, who has knocked up getting possessions so far in the season. Averages 26 disposals, 33 last week in Carlton's loss against the Bombers. But the old-fashioned ball magnet, Malcolm. Andrew Carrazzo.
Yes, they're very handy.
We'll need to kick it 50 metres here. Touched off the boot. Big leap from Ackland and socket through. Was it? I think it might have been Gibbs.
Yes.
I think Gibbs has kicked the goal for the Blues. He has. Well, it was almost like an indiscriminate kick out of mid-air, and he was able to get enough on it to steer it through. Let's watch it again. Bang. So well done to Bryce Gibbs, and Carlton get one black.
Hasn't been a noted goal kicker, has he, in his time, mainly playing at half-back, but he's kicked a couple for the year.
Yeah.
If he can add that to his game, that's going to be a huge bonus.
Just his third goal for the year, as we've discussed. He's spent most of his time back, but is getting some run in the midfield and forward. Bryce Gibbs.
It was Murphy and Archer standing alongside each other.
Margin back to 18 then. This is Brady Rawlings using Sinclair to get Harris on the outer wing. They sort themselves out all right. Edwards is the target. Oh, big spring at the back of the pack from Jared Waite to get it to ground.
Fended off too high. Fended off too high.
Against McIntosh. Went to Bauer. Went for a torpedo handball there, I reckon. to Carrazzo. Now Jared Waite is running.
Very hard to do.
And the Blues looking dangerous for a moment. This is O'Halpin. Not everyone, I don't think he quite knows what he's doing sometimes, which makes it very difficult for the opponents to stop. Simpson as they sort themselves out. Brown. Now Shannon Watt along the boundary line, but no hope at all for Aaron Edwards, and Jared Waite's able to take it and get the Blues loaded up again.
Inside to Grigg. Carrazzo. Oh, it wasn't a great kick. Pressure coming. And he coughed it up. Mark taken from Shannon Grant, who's just in a bit of pain there at the moment.
Was it, did he get contact directly to there, or is he actually strained a muscle?
Unsure, Anthony.
I think it was contact.
Harris feeds it wide to Harvey. So maintaining possession, the Kangaroos. Brent Harvey trying to find a way through. Kicks it short on the lead. Edwards finds it at ground level after he wasn't paid the mark, but now the umpire pays the push in the back. So
Back up, thank you, no advantage.
umpire Feeler has paid Aaron Edwards the free kick, and he'll kick from 45.
Looks all right with his kicking action. He has missed goals this year. When you think, 100 goal full forward, as you mentioned in the VFL, would be pretty handy, but he's got a nice grip on the ball, nice even grip.
Just his 18th game. Never kicked more than 2 goals in a game, Aaron Edwards. Has kicked 1. Now he's kicked 2. And the margin back out to 24 points, and the Kangaroos doing everything right at the moment.
Yeah, it's fascinating fact that, isn't it? The fact he hasn't kicked more than 2 goals in a game. You would have thought somewhere 100 goal full forward in the VFL. I know it's a jump up. You would think somewhere 3 or 4's on offer, isn't it? Perhaps it's today.
Yeah, well, it may well be. 23 years of age, but as I say, just his 18th game.
So Edwards, multiple goals. And the Roos back out to a 24-point margin. The bounce clearly favouring McIntosh. Swallows able to thrust it forward. He's a hard man to stop Harrison. He got the high contact, no advantage.
No advantage. High tackle.
Again, a case of really the player putting the head down and barging his way through.
Well, it's Eddie Barr, he's a bit hobbly, isn't he, Harris?
He certainly got up then, hobbling Blighty for sure.
And the kick, you can hear it rattle his bones a bit, but well done McIntosh to bring it to the front. Not sure about the handball from Sainsbury. Even Harvey couldn't really get cleanly out of trouble. This is Ed Lower, finds a path through. And you can see he was trying to align himself with full forward. Well done by Petrie, but for all the acrobatics, no Alan Dye back there. It's through for behind.
He's coming back off Daniel Harris again after that, Malcolm. So there's obviously something in there that's not quite right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to be risking him so close to the finals, I wouldn't think.
Whitnell's kick towards midfield. No mark taken, but Walker runs on top of it. He should have kept going. He tried to invent a sideways handball. He just needed to charge and try and outrun his opponent in prey.
Couldn't agree more, Michael. I've watched this lad for a while now. Some of his decision-making and sometimes disposal just lets him down a bit, doesn't it?
Well,
for all this brilliance he's got, there's a missing link.
Well, he's got great pace and just thought he could have taken them on there. He had a couple of metres break, but as it is, they've turned it over, and Kangaroos have it through Hale. He got it from Sinclair. Dangerous short kick. Murphy did well, sensing the danger, cutting across, but Sainsbury finds it in a nest of Carlton players. Drives it to the goal square, going back. Well done by Waite, fisting it through for a rushed behind. Margin out to 26 points in favour of the Kangaroos.
And they are looking threatening now, aren't they? Carrazzo takes the grab. 10th possession up onto the wing, designed for his man Walker. Sainsbury trails him and almost gave away the free, pretty close to it. Oh, Ackland, real problems, just call that a handball. Murphy buffeted through. This is Pratt trying to take them on. He had no choice. Simpson.
Good work.
Had his quietest game for about since 1998 last week. Adam Simpson, so almost in a decade with just the 10 possessions. He's already reached that with 9 today, almost reached it. This is Wells, haven't seen a lot of him yet, but we like what we see when he's in full flight. That time though, not so good, although Harvey likes it.
Great.
Kept it in, and unfortunately Corey Jones was on his wrong side, and everyone knew that. He found it difficult. Scotland trying to combine with Saddington to get them out of trouble. Well done by Grigg, but there's still some work to be done. Simpson over the top of Scotland. Jackson's in there. There's hands going up. There's everyone wanting a decision from the umpire, but it's a ball up.
Half forward for the Kangaroos. They enjoy a 26-point advantage. Scotland, not an effective handball. Dragging it under, I thought there, Murphy. What's the umpire going? In fact, it was Jackson.
Thanks, boys.
Michael, Whitnell is in the forward line now. You mentioned that at sort of quarter time, and probably Grattan having a look at him there. Being picked up by Brown.
Daniel Wells. Back to the footy. Not even looking at it. Not even looking at the ball.
So free kick to Wells. Man, free kick paid against Grigg.
Seventh possession coming up for Daniel Wells.
You know, I love it when the umpires get this free kick. They've got no argument when the player's not looking at the footy. What would you be out in the ground for?
Well,
if you didn't want to look at the footy.
Yeah, good point.
Get rid of them, I reckon.
The pests.
The pests.
Get the pest control spray out, bloody.
Well, Aaron Edwards got rid of them because there's the incident there. There's Grigg not looking at the ball. You can just see number 16 there to the right of screen.
How do you play the game without looking at it?
Yeah, just no confidence there. But Aaron Edwards, a chance for the first time in his career to kick 3 in a match, and he's just dragged it across the face. So
he knew that
offline.
as well.
Yeah, and you know what? I reckon they should be like golfers, some of these players. Get your shoulder square with the right-hand goalpost. Let a player tell you what to do it. Don't mark it on the ground and run it that line.
Just lighten the grip a little bit on the right-hand side.
No, correct.
Make sure you follow through.
Well, yeah, you do that anyhow. Most blokes do.
Transfer your weight
but it's where
shot.
their body goes.
Keep your head still.
No, you don't need to keep your head still.
It's a fallacy, Michael.
Keep your head in plane, Michael.
Oh, is that what it is? That's what my problem's been then.
You've got a few others as well. Here's the Blues. Here's Bauer coming out of defence. Plethora of teammates to his right, but he wanted to be a little more positive. and kicked it out in front of Saddington, who's doing some work across half forward. Realised he could get a bit closer to goal. Gibbs fancied his chance to take a bit of a hanger at the back. Falls for Bentic. Back out for Gibbs for his second. Would have been a boost for the young man if he had been able to slot that one through, but alas, it's a behind.
I'm rapt that he's playing the forward line now, having a run on the ball. You know, just he's had his season nearly. He's been an okay contributor, hasn't he, in his first season? You can't say more than that.
Played in every game in his debut season after being taken #1 pick last year. Pratt kicks it short to Archer.
One out, thank you. Wait for the call. Wait for it. One out, lads. Lads, get out.
And enormous raps on Gibbs too, not just as a player, but as a presence around the club.
Archer wide to Watt. Casual bounce, Shannon Watt. Then a little indecisive, and then brilliantly run down by that man Gibbs, Bentic. Now the Blues a chance here. Russell from 55 into the pocket. Fisher. So first real opportunity here for Fisher in terms of kicking for goal. Missed one in the first quarter. Perhaps should have got, but geez, only 10 metres from goal here, although as you can see, angle are quite acute. Just steps around and drags it back too far. So Carlton a couple of misses in the last minute or so. Need to kick goals.
Harris back on, boys, for another go at it.
Interesting. Daniel Pratt to bring it back.
Did you notice whether he went down for perhaps a little injection, Andy?
No, mate. He went straight to the massage mat, sat on his guts, and they worked on his calves.
No free kick there. There's lower.
Is that near his stomach, the guts?
It's very close.
Showing very good awareness.
Downfield.
And then again, Grigg, the infringer. So Drew Petrie with a couple of options up forward. One of them, Mick McIntosh, working in the square. He'll set himself to fly. Can't get past the wall of Blues. And it's Ackland that's able to use Bentic. And now Mark Murphy, and the Blues away again with the margin at 25.
Jackson did superbly. Got it down to the run of Walker. A little fumble, and then not a great handball. And then he gives away the free kick. And then maybe 50. No.
I thought Ray would have been under that.
That's what I've seen of this late in the last 3 or 4 years, isn't it? It's interesting, isn't it?
Poor kick from Harris. Shot topped off by Waite. Been very good, Jared Waite, this afternoon. Playing across half back for the Blues. Kicks inside the centre square. And they can go now. Bentic hands off to Carazzo, who drives it long to a one-on-one, gives it the back, going back with great courage as Pratt and Glenn Archer style marks on his chest.
Goes out to find Sainsbury. Harvey for Swallow. McIntosh. Very wide. There's McMahon, who was originally left out of the team, but it's back into the side. Interesting with Campbell going out. I'd say it's probably the first time, as we look at this replay of the courage of Daniel Pratt, it'll be the first time for the year that Kangaroos haven't had one of their small forwards included, little Thomas or Campbell or even Wyman, who played a game. So it'll be interesting to see the thought process behind that. Sinker, he's got plenty of big blokes to aim at, that's for sure, and there's one of them, Drew Petrie. Edwards calls for it, pretty well placed kick for him. He's a strong marking presence, not bad on the ground either. Advantage paid, it's through for a goal, and he's got 3 for the first time.
And there it is. Well, you think this might be his day. Might be the day he actually comes and kicks that 5, Michael. We talked 3 or 4, perhaps 5.
Yes. No, it's a big opportunity for him, isn't it? Because if he can do that, it's a great time to play well, Malcolm, when you're just coming into the final series.
Yes.
If you can nail 5 or 6 today, sets himself up. So 3 goals in the quarter to Aaron Edwards. As we watch it again, Murphy did well there to put his body back, but the recovery skills there of Aaron Edwards. Got the free kick, didn't need it.
Clearance is a 16-4, by the way, in favour of the Kangaroos. That is a real belting.
And again, McIntosh wins it down. Carazzo and Bentic, a little fumble, they overrun it. Eventually Russell, wild handball. Gets the Simpson. Little 5-metre kick. Ackland. Bentic. Oh, another fumble. Simpson. He was away too. Could have run inside attacking 50. Now steadies and measures the kick from 50 to the goal square. And the Kangaroos defence get there in number at the contest and force it through.
Oh boy, turnover. Could be trouble for the Roos here straight away. Umpire lets it go. Walker again just can't quite find a man. And now it's a ball. Looking forward to a chat at half-time with the immediate past coach of the Blues and former Roos coach as well in Dennis Pagan. There's Pratt trying to play on. Betts, well, it's all right, said the umpire. So they're attacking again, the Blues. Bentic for Murphy. Big opportunity, and like the Kangaroos in front of goal, particularly in this quarter, Carlton have missed some chances.
Andrew, don't dive, mate.
Dean Laidley, of course, replacing Dennis Pagan as coach of the Roos. And well, it's been still a question mark despite their fantastic season as to whether he'll still be in the job come next year.
Kick is a good one. Mark taken by Wells. It came from lower. Wells kick to attacking 50. Jones. Petrie, Jones and Edwards have all made strong contributions today, providing plenty of targets. Wheels onto the left boot does Jones. Drives it towards Petrie. Got hands to it. Sainsbury superb at ground level. And he kicks another one for the Kangaroos. You mentioned the small players. Thomas Campbell. Well, here's another one who bobs up. And that was a wonderful crumbing goal.
It was because the kick coming into Petrie favoured Petrie. He could contest the ball, and there was only one place that ball could go. Because it was to the right of the goal square, the ball almost certainly 99 times out of 100 had to come back online. Well done, Sainsbury. That's a dangerous spot, Michael. We don't see enough kicks to that right-hand side. Most blokes are right-handed punches. It comes back into that dangerous area right in front of goals. So
35 now, and it's looking pretty dangerous as far as the Blues are concerned. Adam Simpson, his 10th possession to his namesake on the other team. Kane Simpson showing a clean pair of heels, but kicking to a one-on-one. Fisher being forced to work a long way up the ground. Clears a path this time for Jackson, and now they can run. High ball, Kennedy the target, but over his head. And they found it hard to find their men inside 50. Archer able to clean up someone without looking guilty there. Glenn, he's had a bit of practice over the years, hasn't he?
I was just thinking, this is one of the youngest teams I've seen out in the ground for a long, long time. You know, as in age and experience.
Yep.
Whitnell doing the ruck work for the Blues. Oh, great tap to Betts. Bentic now. Left foot snap from 30. Bouncing. Oh, it was desperate stuff back there from McMahon to get there and fist it over. So behind only to the Blues have been very wasteful in their second term. 3-7. Kangaroos kick 3-8 in the opening quarter. Kick comes into Wells. And it was a good kick from Green. Wells has got it at half-back for the Kangaroos. Inside the centre square. Effective. Brown. Running past Pratt. And he kicks it wide to Sainsbury. Kicked the last goal. Doing it pretty easily at the moment. Off to Harvey. Short kick to Edwards, whose hands are very strong. Now, Waite overcommitted, so Edwards plays on. Kicks deep inside, attacking 50, but it's all Carlton. And Bannister's up first and is able to take the mark. Off to Scotland. O'Halpin. Oh, gee, Crutz had to get down low. Got her off his bootlaces. Kick towards half-forward. Whitnell's found space and bounces off Brown. Well played, Lance Whitnell. Vacant goal square. Shocking kick. Now getting back Gibbs, Archer, Simpson. So Gibbs can kick a goal here. Oh, he mucked it up, but Jackson follows up and kicks one for the Blues. Comedy of errors, but Carlton finally with a goal.
I agree with you, mate. It was spectacular stuff.
Well, here it is again. Simpson carried it forward. Gibbs did a nosedive. And Jackson, like a seagull waiting for the crumb, was able to follow him up there. He did well actually not to carry the ball through with his momentum.
I wonder why he just didn't soccer it himself.
Yeah, just lost his balance.
I think that's the highlight of the game so far, wasn't it? This tumble turn from Gibbs, degree of difficulty just 4.3.
Well, hopefully that goes on his blooper tape like you've got of yours, Michael. I've got a beauty. It should be there forever for Bryce Gibbs.
Hard for you to compete with yours, Malcolm.
Thanks.
Bit of spring in the step perhaps for the Blues though, with 4.5 to go. The margin back to 28. And then moving forward again, O'Halpin and Fisher, the 2 targets there. Target missed though, unfortunately, and Sainsbury swooping, Swallow, Sinclair. Tailoring the kick for Petrie. A good strong presence for Saddington to try and cope with. Puts it out in front, here he is again. Edwards on the lead. And going for 4 goals in a match for the first time.
Well, he's done it all in the quarter too. There'll be 4 goals in a quarter.
Yep.
He certainly hasn't done that before.
Never kicked more than 3 in a match before. Here he comes, roosting it for number 4 again. It's ugly, but very pretty for Aaron Edwards for his 4th.
Well, it looked like the day for him, didn't it? Beautiful day. Young team against as an opposition. And leads hard. Petrie's been a good target up forward. This bloke's been a good target. And their midfield's pretty much on top. Have a look at that. Mongrel drop punt.
Aaron Edwards, 4 goals in this second quarter. Before today, hadn't kicked more than 2 in a game. Game number 18 for him. Of course, originally from the West Coast Eagles. Harris held a long time in the tackle. No free kick. Simpson somehow got boot to ball. Bentic, ball done. Off to Grigg. What will Grigg do? Well, wobbly old kick, very wide. It was a paw. It was under pressure, admittedly. But that's not the spot to kick it to. Boundary throwing deep in Carlton's left forward pocket.
I can't play it like that, no.
So Whitnell will be engaged here. Brings it down in front of the pack. Harris, well tackled by Whitnell. Through that, I thought. And Lance Whitnell, good reward there for Lance. He took the ruck contest, really worked back into McIntosh to ensure McIntosh didn't get a clear tap, and then was first to arrive with the tackle. It was effective. And watch big Lance. Yep, good umpiring. So Whitnell, who missed a very easy opportunity early stages of the first quarter. The chance here to kick his first and Carlton's 5th. Takes it left again.
His kicking has been terrible today, hasn't it? It's usually a reasonable feature of his game.
Just the way he's kicked both those balls, and I know it's pretty hard from this distance, but looks to me as though he's got a bit of groin trouble or hip trouble or something. It's just not fluid.
He's had the knee problems,
Yeah,
of course, but
just the way he's running in. Just
kicking efficiency just 40% today. He's had 10 kicks, and so only 4 out of the 10 have hit the target. 2 behinds.
I mean, I know he's going for another contract, all that stuff we know about. But I mean, he's had 2 soda shots at goal. On that rate, he's 4 for the game. As a forward, spent some time at the back. You say, okay, he's starting to get there.
So the margin is 33 as Lance Whitnell still reflecting on that disappointment.
Interesting to see how they go from here, the Blues. They've been so competitive in recent weeks, whether they can work their way back into this game.
Yep. Here's the Kangaroos again with the edge of the clearances. Harvey, 14 possessions so far, but the Blues an opportunity. Here's a Parent. Murphy adjusts the kick from Murphy to Gibbs. Wonder how many times we'll be calling that over the years to come. Let's hope it's a lot for Carlton fans.
Tell you what, Whitnell was good then, though. Just gave, and that's a lovely little sidestep, isn't it? Class, only class players can do that and have the poise to do it.
Bryce Gibbs, 0 and 4. So 0 goals and 4 behinds from set shots so far for the year.
Well, hopefully he's going to get some momentum up because he's gone back a fair way and then he just strolls in.
So it could be another first, Michael, is what you're saying.
I am saying that.
Then again.
Why did... obviously they don't get a take sometimes. Why do guys kick differently when they're kicking around the ground and they get in front of goals and they kick it differently? Different pace, different everything. Should almost do the same.
Green's got it at half-back for the Kangaroos. 70 seconds left in the half. Harvey just slowing it down. Rawlings. So the Kangaroos have done enough in this first half. Asserted their authority. Wasteful early, but getting some reward for effort in this second term. Wells. Kick 6-3 in this quarter. Oh, gee, it was a late call. Green didn't hear it, and Simpson dispossesses him, although Wells was able to come in and lend a hand, and took too long. Held onto him too long, so the free kick to Simpson of Carlton. So just enough time for the Blues if they can move it reasonably quickly. Greig, loose player inside the centre square. Scotland. Saddington running for him. So is Bannister. Now this is the important bit. Bannister, can he find a target? Kicks it wide. Whitnell in a good spot. He's got it. Was matched up on Adam Simpson of the Kangaroos, so had strength and height in his favour. And we'll tick down and hear the siren. So this to get it back to 26 points, which is certainly not insurmountable.
Close to that 4 goals we talked about.
Yes, it is.
2 at quarter time, 4 at half time.
Just good for a bit of momentum too, Malcolm. As the boys trudge in for half time. Drop punt is again a poor one. He's got the hooks and didn't score. So half time here at the Telstra Dome. Kangaroos have done it well. They led by 12 at quarter time and extended their lead. So at the moment they lead by 32 points. And good to see Jared Waite and also Lance Whitnell, Malcolm, forward inside the attacking 50. As we get the third quarter underway, the Kangaroos by 32. They've dominated the clearances, and here's another one. Rawlings scrambles at the half forward. Brown wrapped up well, or somehow got boot to ball. Chance for Bentic, ground level. Good tackle from Harvey, heard the umpire.
Well done, Brent.
And we'll get a bounce on attacking 50 for the Roos.
Just watching this Carlton team, this young Carlton team, one of the things they're really going to have to improve on is their ferocity at tackling. Do you notice that they don't? It's really young bodies. They just don't hurt you. You've got to get respect with tackling.
Gibbs got it to Carranzo, got it to Walker. Wild handball in search of Russell. Chance for Swallow. Feeds it off to Shannon Grant. Normally uses it very well. No exception here. And Lee Brown's mark just inside attacking 50.
Michael, I'm not trying to pick on young Andrew Walker, but I mean, he has, and I've watched him for a while now, he's just got to get better with that. That's so basic, isn't it? Left-handed handball, 3 metres.
Yep, missed the target and turned it over. So this would be a dream run for the Kangaroos if Brown could convert inside the first minute of this third quarter. Straightens up. Kangaroos, another one. They have 10. Just what you don't need as you start the third quarter when you're down by 32 points. The opposition to kick the first goal. And here's the incident you're referring to. There's the left-handed handball intended for Russell. Put him right under the pump. And look at the number of Kangaroos in the screen. It was 4-on-1 against Russell. Handball had to hit the target.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the easiest handball, but I mean, it was one that should be done at this level as a 21-year-old and had played a fair bit of footy now.
So Brett Ratton with his definite worries as Kangaroos have blown the margin out to 38. And just on the experience of Carlton, or lack of it, Malcolm, Mark Murphy's played 34 games, and there's 10 players who have played 34 or less in this Carlton lineup. So they are young in bodies, age and experience as well in terms of AFL footy. As the Roos move into action again. Harris, I reckon, a bit high to defend. Yep.
Went too high, Daniel, with the fender. Let him up, please. Let him up. Back on the full.
Just slipped up, didn't it, into the chin of Josh Kennedy. And now the Blues can go forward. Whitnell didn't like the set shots. He thought it might play on. It might have better luck. But alas, it's still not the result he was after. And Lance Whitnell third behind.
One didn't make it. It could easily be a 4-goal day for him right now.
Pratt at fullback, kicks to Ferrito.
On there, Jared. Thank you, mate.
Another one who's had a great year.
Take your kick, boys.
Ferrito. finds himself most weeks outsized, but he's done a terrific job. Rawlings still inside defensive 50. Chips, Wells.
Going to have a big job too come finals, isn't he, Farito? Against some of the star full forwards in the competition. Not that there's as many as there used to be in terms of massive names playing forward.
Good hands by Jones, who marks in front of Walker. So slow build up this one from the Kangaroos. Jones decides to go back and across to Farito.
No, Cam Mooney, of course, Quinton Lynch, Franklin, those type of players. So there's a few around.
Brown leads, wasn't a great kick, and we finally get a boundary throw in. So pedestrian opening to this third quarter. Kangaroos in control. They lead by 37.
McIntosh from behind Ackland tried to work his body to the front. He's going to get the footy anyway, although not too effective, as you can see with the kick. Jackson, who has been impressive over the past couple of months. Brown cleaning it up. Daniel Wells, as the Kangaroos try to crank it up into action. Harvey's always giving us something. He loves playing at the Dome. He'll keep coming and get it again. Insatiable appetite for the footy, Brent Harvey. He's going to get it again. His 20th touch coming up. Can go to Petrie at the top of the square. Corey Jones lurking at the front where he should be. The ball slipping out the back. And here's Walker with the fumble. Jackson taking no chances. And it was smart footy as it turned out. Ackland with an adventurous handball for the good of Scotland. And then further for Murphy. More promising build-up. Whitnell looks their only path to goal at the moment. Fisher, who's pushed up beyond the 50 more than I thought he would today. High ball for Jared Waite to use his athleticism. Kennedy crashes through, but the free kick going against Waite.
Jared Waite! Jared!
And it's Watt that clears and finds Harris on the outer side.
Harris kicks towards the wing. Mark taken by Petrie. Chips further afield. Jones on a long lead. Oh, got Walker underneath it, and Walker's been penalised for a soft hold. So nothing going right for the Blues at the moment.
What's a soft hold?
Well, he's just sort of, I don't think he actually held him, did he? He was just giving a little tap around the midriff. There's Jones, kicks towards Edwards, again marked strongly above his head. Gee, it's been a feature of his game this afternoon, and didn't have the biggest man to compete against there, Cade Simpson, but he still had to mark, and he did.
12-2 is the contestant.
There's a sort of a hold there. How do I see? No real holding on.
So a soft hold.
Play on.
Is that a soft hold?
That's a soft hold.
Michael, it was a free kick. Sorry.
So Edwards has kicked 4 from 50, loads up. It's close. Ackland, oh, big leap and a mark. Played on to Bentic, off to Jamison, and Archer did enough leaping up in front of Whitnell to force it over boundary throw.
Now, look at this mark. This is Ackland. That is a sensational leap. I know that everyone's in front of him. Why doesn't he do it consistently, aggressively, every time? That's the question.
That was his first contested mark since round 8.
Yeah, but he's got that lovely lead. So what isn't he doing? Doesn't he like other bodies around him? It's got to be questioned. And Brett Ratton has got to start asking those questions.
Well, he's got a 3-year contract, so he's going to be there for the next couple of years. So they're trying to get the best out of him.
Absolutely. But there's some questions to be asked. When you see that happen, what else is going on?
Yeah. I think it was a... Oh, hang on. He's
no need to knock him over to the ground. Free kick. He walked straight into him. Stay out.
Yeah, the shock of the crowd when they saw the decision paid. Swallow.
No, he wasn't watching. He's knocked him over.
Gives Edwards another chance. Jamison got the hand in.
See that, Jamison? That was smart. When he's only young, he knew he was under pressure.
There's this free kick here, Malcolm. Just...
Yeah.
Another free kick, Malcolm?
Yeah.
Is that a soft bump?
Yeah, lovely. Can we get back to Jamison's punch? Wasn't that good under pressure?
Yeah.
Under the hump, under the pump, and put his... he'd also put his fist up.
The interesting kick there from Kennedy. Finds its way to Bentic, who kicks it wide. And good mark taken there by Jared Waite. Too far out to score. And Shannon Watt did very well this to hold him up for a couple of seconds. Scotland.
Wait for my call.
Too far out to score, 65 metres from goal. Decides to kick across the ground and finds his target, Bannister. Again, he's just a fraction too far out to score, you'd think. From 55, loads it up. They'll contest in the goal square. Oh, spectacular leap, and Jared Wade is marked 10 metres from goal. And that's where his talent is. He's capable of anything, Jared Wade. Put him in the attacking 50. Let him have his head. Great leap, great mark.
Wasn't a highlight, but he jumped early, which was a bit of a key.
So he comes in and pops it through. The Blues have their first of the quarter. So after spending the first half in defence, Jared Wade makes a difference on the forward line.
Just watch this again. See that early leap? And if you throw your knee up, you can practice this at home. Every person's capable of doing this. You can actually hover a bit if you use your knee as a leverage to throw you up. It holds you up just for that split second more. A lot of players don't do it, but you can practice it.
So wait forward and are helping back at the start of this second half, and the Blues have been able to put through a goal to reduce the margin back to 32. Poor kicking from both sides in front of goal.
Oh,
and
no.
another free kick.
Oh, another grey hair for the coach.
That's it. Thanks, Kane.
And Ackland to take it.
I haven't seen this is 3 in the one game.
Yours now, mate, yours.
Yuckles.
Whitnell looked like he was going to be in good position. Pratt's had some problems to overcome here. It's a good kick under the circumstances. Onto the wing for Swallow. Shannon Grant. Low ball. Scotland's got it in his sights. He went back with the flight. Well done by Heath Scotland. Get some help from O'Helpin. And now Jackson.
Play on. Not 15. Play on.
Jeez.
Can't believe that wasn't 15.
It was a good 25,
yeah,
I
was going to
thought.
say.
No, it wasn't 15.
There's Carrazzo for the run of Walker.
Still mine.
There's that early leap and a push. See that early leap? Distracts players. Hey, this is it. I help them fall back. Wait in the forward line. Let them settle down. Start this way next year and get O'Helpin good at fullback. Get the key defender. You need a great defender to play in a premiership side. Teach him.
Whitnell. Imposing looking mark. It was fair to say he didn't have a lot of competition against him as he flew, but judged it beautifully.
There's that jump, early jump, see? It's not hard to do. Takes courage. Takes courage to go for marks in the air, and there's Whitnell.
Gee, a bit harsh on Whitnell. That was a very good mark, Anthony.
It was. He was only his teammates next to him. Was beautifully judged, is what I was saying, Michael. Listen. Not something you're very good at doing. Back to 26 and the Blues showing a bit.
Yes, a couple of goals in the space of a couple of minutes, and Lance Whitnell, after kicking, well, 3 behinds and one that didn't make it from 40 metres, finally gets his first goal.
Well, he's had 5 shots at goal.
Big pack mark too.
Yeah, good goal. Ackland becomes super important now. This is... How much does he want? How much do you want to get the next goal? This is what I used to say that. Do you want to get the next goal? You lead us here. Jump!
He did, but he jumped too early. Hale can't get Bentic, handball astray. Swallow.
You know what happens now?
Simpson, good tackle though on Brown from Bentic. Sainsbury, Swallow, wild handball, gets to Harvey, who ducked ahead, good umpiring, off the rollings from 40, the quick reply from the Kangaroos.
I should finish this off. You know what happens now when that insipid ruck work in the middle like that? The Kangaroos end up with a footy, and every time you don't get an honest effort, that's the one that they had to get. That's the one that the Carlton team had to get. You can't afford to do that. You can't afford no contest.
So 11-12-78 to 6-10-46. Answering goal coming from the Kangaroos. Rawlings running with Heath Scotland, who still managed to have had 15 possessions. Even from that ruck contest.
Yeah, there's a contest.
Yep.
That's all you can ask for.
Bentic couldn't get the outlet handball he was hoping to.
When you get a freebie, that's okay.
Scotland, Swallow. The onus on him to get it out, which he did. And was able to find a man too. Harvey, Simpson, Rawlings. This is Wells. Not his best effort off the left boot. Made Shannon Grant work hard for him. He's on the wrong side here. We know when he's on, he can kick goals from there.
Hold! Corey Jones. Advantage!
Oh, and he's paid advantage.
Oh, clear.
Everyone stopped.
Big grab on his arm. Well before the ball came up, you're grabbing onto his arm, holding him back.
Ray.
The gentleman who I'm speaking to, Andrew Walker.
Well, you've got to be careful, I reckon. If the free kick was there, fine, but you've got to be very careful when you blow the whistle and players stop to look what it's for. There's the free kick against Walker. Gee, not a lot in it.
So that was good for Macklin there in all seriousness.
It was.
You know, that was courageous. That's what he needs to do more of.
But then to play advantage when everyone has stopped and looked at the umpire as to what the decision's going to be, that's when it makes it really difficult. But the goal to the Kangaroos, then they respond to the consecutive goals to Carlton by kicking 2 of their own. The margin back out to 38. Hale, sharked by Betts, got boot to ball to Whitnell, who anticipated in front of Archer. Hands off to Bentic. Little chip kick towards Betts. Rawlings did well to go back and apply physical pressure. Sinclair over it. What's the umpire going to do here? There's a couple of Kangaroos over it here. The umpire should penalise them. No, play on's the call. And eventually he blows the whistle. When you've got 2 players of the same team over the ball, they should be penalised. Let's watch it again. There's Sinclair going in. Now watch Watt go in.
He said it came loose, but
they're both over it. Perhaps a bit unlucky there, Carlton. Hale gets it towards Watt. And Betts fighting hard, as is Bentic for the Blues. Going nowhere, trying to break clear. Umpire letting it go. And he calls for it.
You know what? This is. I know we haven't seen a lot of this, but this is enjoyable now because Carlton are actually in there with their body and contesting.
Yep.
Instead of that flippy, floppy, mushy, wishy stuff they do.
you go with that again, Blighty. There's Ackland getting it down, flashing through Sinclair.
With his pressure.
Using Wells and then getting it onto the wing himself. Sainsbury. Oh, just speculative handball at best. Clever play from Pratt. Those touches can be so crucial. Sainsbury after the Simpson handball. Jones misjudging the flight. And now Walker. Let's see how he goes off his right boot. He does very well. So Simpson. Both Simpsons in frame there. The margin 38.
Just following up that last, 3 or 4 minutes in their forward line. That's what you had to do, isn't it, as a forward, to try and keep it in. I think that was good.
Was that a free kick? Yes, even though he's broken the record, Glenn Archer still can have a free kick played against him.
It's 2 separate actions though. Glenn, where you are? Glenn, a bit later. Glenn. Thanks, mate.
That's that second action with the hands that he paid the free kick for. Bentic. Oh, he actually really thought that through nicely there, Bentic, with the kick, and executed to the advantage of Jared Waite, who's given them something up forward, no doubt about that. They look a lot more potent.
2 more metres, please. 2 more.
He's had 9 possessions this quarter, Adam Bentic.
Just watching Waite there, the umpire said go around, and he went around and then just went back to where he was.
Yes, he's improved the angle significantly, and it's proved to be very effective.
Well done.
2 goals for Jared Waite, 7 marks, 14 possessions.
It's just amazing, isn't it, when the skill is good, and just a lovely kick, and 2 really classy kicks there. Not an easy shot from that side, but yeah, he's had a good third quarter. A couple of goals in it.
Jared Waite, as we've said, in the defence in the first half, but a couple of goals in this third quarter, and the margin back to 32 points. The margin it was at half-time. Ackland, good leap and a good tap to Carazzo. Walker comes through. Well done, Andrew Walker. Shocking handball, though. Waite was manned up by Wells. And Gibbs took Harris high, so what looked to be initially an impressive forward thrust by the Blues gets turned over. Wells now. Wobbly kick off the non-dominant side towards Jones. He was held by Bauer. And was that a boot? No. Umpire says throw it in. And Corey Jones suggesting there to the boundary umpire it was out on the full. Not to be.
22 for Carlton. Sean Hampson now coming on the ground into ruck. Up against Hale. Let's have a look at this youngster. 19, ex-soccer player.
He was held by Hale.
Carlton advantage.
And gets the free kick. Good umpiring. Now Carazzo away from the congestion to Whitnell over his head. Frito's able to get back though for the Kangaroos. And away they go here. McMahon off to Pratt. He can set something up towards Simpson. That's Adam in front of Kate. Clever little kick to Harvey in space. Off to Sainsbury. This is like a training drill. Sainsbury from 25 kicks a goal. Too easy that. Too easy for the Kangaroos. Perhaps one of the easiest goals of the match. Had always numbers. Look, two of them there. Just no Carlton playing near them.
Kicked the goal in each quarter so far, Sainsbury. So certainly done his share. Good team goal that though from the Roos. Everyone did their little bit.
He's been a bit of a bolter this year, Sainsbury. He hasn't played a lot of footy over his 4 seasons, but this year he's played only 8 games. But in the last month or so, things seem to be finally clicking. He's kicked a goal in each of his last 4 games, and now he's kicked a goal in each of the 3 quarters so far. So the Roos responding. Rawlings could have been penalised. Just got the handball away, as you heard. Jackson and Carazzo. Been a bit quieter in this quarter, but now he's starting to find it again. His 19th possession, finding Betts, and they're running. It's definitely been a much better turn. Walker, oh, that should have been a free, and it will be.
Just some bad news down here, Hutto, for Aaron Edwards. He looks like he might have done a left hamstring on a day that's been a coming out day for him in a lot of respects. He's in real strife here.
Gee, it looks a bad one too, doesn't it?
Well, that's a real...
Oh, gee.
Sinclair. Light contact.
Adam.
You're not suggesting.
Well, I'm suggesting, yeah, I am suggesting they'll look at that.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Whitnell. He's got the kicking boot on now. Kick 2 in a row. Suddenly there's goals galore here at the Telstra Dome. 13-12 to 8-10.
Just on Aaron Edwards, boys. I know I'll talk to you after this incident.
So you don't. What do you think of that, Malcolm? You hate to put blokes in, but they've seen worse be suspended.
Yeah, I just thought
those incidents.
Sinclair realised he was in a bit of trouble and he turned. He didn't keep going on with it, did he?
Sorry, Blighty. He tightened up a bit, Aaron Edwards, and they'd been working on his hamstrings for quite some time before he went back onto the ground about 5 or 6 minutes ago. Seemingly under a bit of sufferance. He's come off and he looks like he might have done some real damage to himself now.
Gee, let's hope it's not too bad. Bannister takes it and taught on for a long time, is penalised as a consequence. So Kangaroos, every time Carlton almost have kicked the goal, they've responded immediately. Can they do it again? Grant kicks it to Petrie.
What's that for a kick?
And there've been goals that have been too easy, haven't they? I mean, Carlton had all this hard work, worked a goal through, and then the Kangaroos have just gone bang.
Well, the Blues have only kicked 2 goals in succession, once for the afternoon earlier on in this quarter. But other than that, the Kangaroos have been able to respond, and it's been their centre clearance play which has been quite outstanding. So Petrie from 50, chance to get one back. It's a beautiful kick off the boot, and he's put it right through the middle. Petrie gets his first goal of the afternoon, and the margin back out to 38 points.
He's taken 5 marks inside 50 today too, Drew Petrie.
Yes, he's been an interesting player, hasn't he? Ruckman, defender, back to the forward lines, kicked his bag, had his quiet days. I wonder if this might be a final series for Drew Petrie.
Everyone thought he was slated to be full-back after the impressive season he had last year, but of course he's turned into a damaging forward. Just the 1 goal 2 today. He's been the main goal kicker there. Aaron Edwards, 4 goals 1. But his afternoon is well and truly over, as you would think. He's getting plenty of work done on the hamstring, but let's hope it's not going to be one that puts him out for. It's getting close to being the end of the season time. You get a really bad one. Simpson slick stuff, trying to get Harvey. They had the momentum going with them that time, the Roos. And the peril hasn't passed yet. Well done from Brown. Also, McIntosh, the big bloke's committed there for the Roos. Adventurous play from Jordan Russell. But again, the skills letting the Blues down as they did, particularly in the first half. Overcommitted the Carlton players. And Kangaroos able to surge forward now in the hands of Daniel Wells. So McMahon, Hale and Brown, along with Petrie, the big man inside, or the big-ish man inside the 50. McIntosh also pushing to the goal square, so if it drops short, there's plenty of tall timber, but you'd think from there, distance won't be an issue. And neither is accuracy, but look at that. Game has really opened up on the scoreboard in this quarter. Not so much the margin between the two, but the number of goals.
Yes, it's been a game of turnovers, hasn't it? Particularly Carlton turnovers. There's too many players have given it softly back to the Roos, and as is the way with the game today, if you make a mistake going forward, there's sure to be players that left in your wake behind you, and too many left behind. Easy goals.
6-1 to 4-1 for the quarter in favour of the Roos. So 10-goal quarter, and there's still more time to come.
Well done by Big Hampson. Game number 1. He got it down towards Betts. Handball back to Hampson. Good little give to Bentic. Wild handball going forward. Carrazzo off to Betts. Runs to 45. Good pressure from Watt. And as a consequence, he coughs it up. Frito, sensing the danger, was able to mark comfortably.
Michael, just as we see this ball come out of the North Melbourne defence, Hampson just got his first touch in footy. A little handball, and you called it lovely, I thought. It'll be one to cherish for his whole family.
Off to Wells now, and look at him bound away like a gazelle. Fantastic in motion. Green got himself in some trouble there. Had to get it back to Wells for assistance, and the Blues do very well to wrest the ball back. Bentic got it from Russell, and they share it around Carrazzo now to Fisher. And wide to Scotland. Scotland now, loose player 4 to the play is Saddington. Too far out to score, 65 from goal. 1-on-1 in the goal score. He kicks it wide. Jared Waite comes on a long lead and he marks in front of Watt. And thought for a moment he might have been up and running back to goal, because this will be a very, very difficult shot for Jared Waite, who has been very good in this quarter. Kicked a couple of goals already. This will really test him. Only 35 metres, but as you can see, the angle pretty acute. Kicks it across the face through for a behind.
So Pratt brings it in, and the Kangaroos can go via McMahon. Out looking for Simpson. Bauer with him. No free kick. Well done by young Paul Bauer.
Here we go. Let's have a look at Handsome again. First game up against McIntosh, coming as a play. Got to the front, got his left hand on it. Didn't quite find the mark, but that's good.
Lower. Petrie, you heard the call.
Oh, there's the pace.
Sansbury ready to pounce on it. Walker, though, and Jamison combining well.
Use your hands, good son. That's better.
And this is Greig. And some of the young Blues combining. Carrazzo's got a plethora of players on the outer side. One of them, Saddington. Ackland working for him across half forward. He could try and get it in longer to Jared Waite, but instead decides to tread some water. And use Murphy. O'Helpin. Still along options there, either Whitnell or Waite. Good athleticism from Waite, but not enough to drag the mark down. And this is Daniel Pratt.
Pratt, a couple of bounces running across the ground, and a third. No pressure from the Blues at all, so he comes straight up the middle of the corridor to Petrie. He wheels on the right boot, wide. Oh, well done, Shannon Grant. He started behind his immediate opponent there in Grigg, but somehow was able to find his way to the front and mark on his chest. Grigg seemed to be all over it, but great acceleration there from Shannon Grant, and he'll kick from 45. The last 2 times he's played against Carlton, he's kicked bags of 5 goals. Hasn't kicked one so far this afternoon. In fact, I think this is his first deliberate shot at goal. Comes in, drop punt, normally pretty good. He kicks another. Margin out to 49.
It's this build-up. I think it was impressive about that as Petrie led hard, and then, as you said, Jess, it came from behind. But I think have a look at. That's normally how Shannon Grant kicks when he's kicking around the ground, and that's how he kicks for goal. And I've got a fair reason why he's a reasonable kick at goal is because of that. He has nice momentum through the ball. I mean, like every play, you miss occasionally, but I think that's a really nice run-up.
He's had a couple of important misses for them this year.
Yeah, sure. But there has been a lot of years where he's kicked good goals.
No doubt.
And just while all that was happening, boys, Michael Frito came off, went into the rooms. Looks like he's got a bruised heel. They continue to work on Aaron Edwards' hamstrings. No ice has gone onto them at the moment. So I guess that's a good sign for Edwards.
So you think it might be cramp rather than anything else?
Yeah, it looks like that, Hutto, yeah.
Particularly, that's the trouble when you kick too many goals and you break your record. You get very tired in the legs.
Do you have that problem, Blythe? You used to get sore knees from jumping on top of people.
Now, the last thing you do to a hamstring that's jagged, Malcolm, is to rough it.
Yeah.
So he might be all right.
Either that or they're doing the wrong thing. Swallow out wide, half forward, Rawlings. Oh, McIntosh. Young Hampson coming in just a fraction late. There he is, soccer striker from Queensland. High ball to full forward. McMahon arrived late, but Simpson, that was casual, and that was basically uncontested.
It's what you'd like to see a bit of leadership back there, isn't it? It just unravels a bit for Carlton at the back.
Well, I guess they've put Waite forward and Whitnell forward, so it's pretty young, isn't it, down there? Simpson, timely arrival to stretch the lead beyond 50. Nice little helicopter kick through the middle. Adam Simpson, free from the clutches of Cameron Ling from last week. I think round 16, 1998 was the last time he had worse than 10 possessions.
So you know you
got last week.
Well, you know you're in trouble, Malcolm, when a medium-sized player can mark uncontested 15 metres from goal. And it shows that players particularly worried about their own men and not prepared to get in and watch the ball and just go for the ball.
Correct. See the ball, it's my ball.
Yeah.
See ball, get ball.
Everyone's too concerned about worrying about their man.
Did you do that all the time? Did you only worry about your man, Michael?
Yep. That's why I can talk about it.
Yeah,
from the bounce.
That edge of experience in discussing that topic.
Whitnell almost. Again, the numbers around the congestion with the Kangaroos as Brown feeds it to Shannon Grant. That kick's not great, although straight through the hands of Jarrad Waite, who finds himself at half-back for the moment, and he's been penalised.
And boys, Lance Whitnell stirred up that left knee. It's been bugging him for so long in that contest.
Petrie drives it long to the goal square, and big lead from McIntosh at the back. He took the whole pack with him, but the ball over for a boundary throw-in.
He's come straight off. He felt for it straight away in that incident, so he's off.
Scotland kick in. No damage done. Mark taken by Bannister. He's got Bentic further afield. Not much else on for him. Waite pushing up through the middle of the ground. He might have to go long. No, he's not going to do that. I don't think he knows what he's going to do yet. Still Bentic's on, but Petrie's extra centimetres help. Mark actually paid, and now McIntosh in amongst two Blues. They were careful not to infringe, and as a result, McIntosh was able to just stand there and drag down another one in front of goal.
Andy, while this has all been going on, I've been looking at Lance Whitnell with a doctor or physio. We'll let this all go, and we'll come back to that.
There's the Whitnell incident. Just got caught a little bit, didn't it? It caused an instant reaction with Lance. So McIntosh, 7 goals, 7 for the year. He had a massive afternoon, 11 possessions and a handful of marks. Ooh. And he's missed, can you believe that? So the margin is 57 points at three-quarter time. 17-14, 116. Going to be a big score in the end from the Kangaroos. Carlton 8-11, 59. Glenn Archer also starting the last quarter on the bench.
They're painful too, Andy. Those hills last for weeks. I mean, you almost can't get rid of them. It is an interesting move.
There's the record-breaking man, Glenn Archer, as we get underway in the last quarter. Kangas by 57.
McIntosh gets it down, Gibbs over the football. Well done, Swallow was able to get it out of, though, only as far as Carrazzo. Knocked up getting possessions again this afternoon, Andrew Carrazzo. Walker. Carrazzo again kicks it out wide. Waite, this time Watt was very close and was able to find a fist and put it over for a boundary throw-in. Kangaroos kicked 8-3 to 4-2 in that third quarter, including the last 4 goals of the quarter. Bentic off to Betts. Handball, gee, set up Jackson. Wells is able to get back. Well done, Murphy. Was he taken high? He's got it. What will the umpire do here? We'll penalise him. Touch harsh.
You need. I mean, it was a split second.
You had a look.
You had a look. No, he had a look, said the umpire.
That is annoying.
So the Kangaroos
Swallow the whistle.
bringing out of defence. Green
Had a quick look. What does that mean?
kick towards the wing. Scotland trying to get it over the top to Simpson. Well done by McMahon, fisting along the boundary line. Gains a few metres and a boundary throw-in. Here's the Murphy tackle, which was a beauty. Now, if that's not throwing the ball, I'll go
He's tackle.
Well, he should have got the first free kick for the tackle. So, ball to the back. Harvey, outstanding again this afternoon. Gave it a swallow, then applied the Shepherd. High inside attacking 50. Jones won't get there. Allows Bauer in, off to Walker. Andrew Walker on the left foot.
Bauer's actually done a pretty good job on Corey Jones, hasn't he?
He has. Into the path of Whitnell. Whitnell now kicking towards Kennedy, who takes the mark. 45 from goal. Now, Malcolm, this is the future of the Carlton Football Club. Josh Kennedy has had an indifferent year, but he's the one over the next 4 or 5 years they need to stand up across half forward and have an impact on the game. We'll need to kick from 50. There's Harrison Gibbs.
Keep the pushes low.
Kennedy, geez, kicked it like a mule and kicked it straight to boot. Well done, Josh Kennedy. Goal to the Carlton Football Club. So margin back to 51, early stages of this final quarter.
Yep. To kick it like a mule. Sensational kick. So we just need to see one of these lads improve. And there's that kick. Wow. That's cleared. That's gone over the fence. That's a 65-metre whack.
Roost.
Here we go. Now, see, I reckon when you get a goal, this is where you find out. I'll come back to this ruckman bit.
Yep.
This is where they're important. Both ruckmen have to be really hard at it now because one wants to... well, that's a bad bounce, so bad luck.
Well, Blues surging again. Bentic, no free kick. Fisher was hoping there might have been. Brown with a clearance. Out to the wing. Sainsbury pouncing on it like a panther. Back to the middle. Harris to McIntosh. Now they can run. Here's Pratt. Corey Jones in his sights, but steadfast in defence. And it's Bannister. Straight through the middle they go. Bit of hesitation for Bauer. And that allows Casey Green in. And you can see that all the Blues defenders were surging forward. So Corey Jones, who stayed closer to home, is going to have a long shot for goal.
Thank you, Corey.
As we said, pretty quiet this afternoon. 1 goal, 1.
Certainly, on a half-forward flank, that's what happens. I mean, you can get starved out of games, and he's going to have his good ones, but his quiet ones.
It's important. He applies a lot of tackles inside the forward 50 as well, Corey Jones. Second, in fact, in that skill in the AFL. But 44 goals for the season coming in, so 45 now. Pretty good return.
Get the other footy off me.
The Brownlow medal votes today would be very interesting. I think Brent Harvey's probably done enough. When you look at the whole team and what's happened, maybe if an Aaron Edwards could stay on the ground, you know, kick a couple more goals. But as we watch this bit of play unfold, it'll go out of bounds. And I think that this is a chance. If he has a reasonable last quarter, perhaps gets 5 or 6 touches, kicks a nice goal, just might get him across the line. And remember round 21 playing Carlton, because there hasn't been any other great standouts, has there?
Not today, no. Simpson's got it. Bentic got a lot of the football today. Adam Bentic back to Walker, who threads the kick towards Whitnell, couldn't hold on. And the Kangaroos, Lower, Simpson back to Lower. Wasn't a great handball, but Lower somehow was able to extricate himself from a tight situation. Get it to Harris, to Hale, back to Harvey. Here you go, Malcolm. Brent Harvey, snap at goal. It'll land in the goal square and dribbles through for a behind.
Can we give him a point? No, rush behind. They've had a few rush. It's 7 I've got. 7 rush behinds. They have had a lot of up-air balls right on the goal line, haven't they? Which have been belted through.
Just on Michael Fredo, Blighty, sorry about that. He's actually come off the ground now, receiving some treatment on his leg, so his day might be just about done, I reckon.
Thanks, Brent.
So Bentic in the last line for Scotland. Back for Bentic, who's had 31 possessions for the Blues. Carazzo for possession 24. Eddie Betts hasn't got another game a lot today. 7th possession, no score on the board for Eddie. Here's Whitnell, so he's recovered from his problems late in the 3rd quarter. Tried to tailor that kick for the leading Fisher and Waite. Kennedy lopes after it, and gee, I'm not sure they actually went over the boundary line, but the umpire was there.
Ball was out of bounds. The ball was out of bounds. Ball was out of bounds.
Darren Waite getting pretty agitated. I think he might have had a case, but anyway, the boundary umpire was on the spot. That was great stuff. Again, Blighty teasing us as to what he can do.
Yep.
Archer back in the mix.
Fine, thank you.
This is, but once again, if you're going to be the ruckman that you should be, this is where you go again. And when you're a bit tired, you've had a super effort, you go hard again. Look, both of them are tired, but someone's got to will themselves to do it. And that's where the good ones come.
Kane Ackland, straight on the back of his neck.
Good on you.
Back of the hand, got him straight in the back of the head.
I thought he collapsed a bit then, but anyhow.
His teammate Whitnell came over the top and helped it collapse.
At least he's got in front. He's trying to push away.
It's pretty incidental, wasn't it?
But you know, that's what I call classy ruckman do. That keep going every time.
And he's done enough to put it through for a goal as well. The Blues 10th.
Yeah, that's he did try and be manly, which is good. And kicked a goal at the end of it. So maybe, just maybe, a game like today, where you realise you actually don't die with effort. You know, that you can actually find another way to do it.
And there's the live ladder. Before the round started, the Kangaroos' percentage was 102.1. So they've already made a 2.5% up, but these goals that Carlton have been able to conjure at the start of this quarter won't be pleasing Dean Laidley, as Carazzo has it, and we'll get another ball up. Important and critical for the Kangaroos in their fight for the top 4 to improve their percentage.
Obviously they've got to hope that Hawthorn loses tomorrow, but it'd be handy for them if, and Port, handy if Port could maybe get beaten soundly.
McIntosh, good tap, Swallow, well wrapped up. Umpire says, give it to me.
But you think it's pretty hard for them to reach the West Coast or Port Adelaide percentage-wise. They've got 105 compared to 112 to make up.
McIntosh again, Rawlings, wrapped up by Jackson, going nowhere.
Well, I think this is the 7th contest these two guys in ruck. I've just been fascinated watching it. I just want to see who actually gives it away first mentally. It's not a physical now, it's a mental problem.
Ackland wins this one, Malcolm. Down towards Jackson Orge. It was a poor handball. Got to Carazzo eventually. Off a step to half forward. Well done, Kennedy. Gave a contest up in front. Brown first to recover for the Kangaroos. Pratt almost threw it out. Well done by Sainsbury. Gathered the football, didn't have prior opportunity, and as a consequence, we'll see a bounce 55 metres from Carlton's goal.
Carazzo, the third man up, and the Blues have got a bit more pep in the step at the moment, haven't they? Walker, well placed for Jared Waite, did everything but take it. And look at what one of his strengths is, he can quickly get to his feet and get it moving. And there's Sainsbury linking up on the outer side with Simpson. He can spot Daniel Wells. You can put it in one of the prime movers' hands and then sit back and watch him go to work. Placed, was there a hand in the back there? No, good spoiler helping. Petrie's not finished with yet. Hauls it around the corner, and that's a good bit of work from Bauer, who's been pretty persistent at his job this afternoon. Finds Scotland and now Jamison. And the Blues soaring on away. Green with the intercept. Had a couple of options at the top of the 50, but goes longer. Shannon Grant might just sneak in here for a chance to put a goal through.
Shannon. No more, mate.
So Shannon Grant, who kicked 5 against the Blues earlier in the year. And the Kangaroos had their highest score for the year in that game. They kicked 22 goals on that occasion. They've kicked just 17. I want to say just. They look like they were heading for around the 22 mark at 3/4 time. They still might get there after that one from Shannon Grant.
Well, that's their first goal this quarter. And certainly Carlton haven't given it away. Probably game unfolding now as but that's a really nice kick again from Shannon Grant.
Can't afford to turn it over like that. Unforced error, Malcolm.
No, you can't. We've seen a fair bit of it too today, Michael.
He's an interesting one, Shannon Grant. Blighty, he's 276 games. He's 30 years of age. His possession rate is down this year from 20 down to 16. He's kicked more goals than he did last year. Obviously still a handy player, but probably just dropped off a little bit from his best, hasn't he?
Well, I think he's played more half forward. The games, you know, I watched most of their games and watch this unfold here.
McMahon kicks it low down, or almost held onto by Jones. Bauer out to O'Halpin. Russell in support. Now needs to switch the play. Oh, gee, it wasn't a great handball. Eventually got to Bauer. It was a looping one. Betts. And now Scotland relieves the pressure to Kennedy. Josh Kennedy called to play on at half back. Dangerous kick inside the centre square. Murphy outnumbered 3-on-1. Harris, Brown, quick little give is okay to Simpson. Now Pratt's away. Drives it long and wide. Target is Jones. Oh, he was pulled off the ball by Bowers. No free kick. Betts, well done. Finding it at ground level. Bannister. And Walker again relieves the pressure. Kick towards Kennedy in good hands. Extended them to prevent the Pratt spoil. Whitnell. This time the kick inside the corridor is effective. Bentic's away. Long towards Waite. Waite's got to beat a couple. Murphy front and centre. Oh, good pressure from Archer, but it got to Jared Waite, who dives with the outstretched hands and marks 30, in fact not even 25 metres from goal. Angle reasonably acute.
Bentic's had 18 possessions since half time.
Yeah, they've just been those. Someone's got to get him possessions.
Great pressure there from Archer.
It certainly didn't seem to be a free kick at the other end of the ground either. We're looking at the replay of Corey Jones.
So Jared Waite, a couple of goals in the third quarter. Drop punt, straightens up, and he kicks his third. So 3 goals in the second half to Jared Waite after he spent the first half in defence. And the margin is back to 47 points.
He's smart, isn't he, Murphy? Certainly going to be a player. Once again, a nice finish from Waite.
So Dean Laidley's resources reduced a bit with a few injuries, actually. So, Andy, what's the status of the Kangaroos injured players at the moment?
Oh, Ferrito's on the bench. I don't know further part. Edwards, no further part. So they're the two ones that will probably be causing the most concern at the end of the game, I'd suspect.
Okay. Here's Adam Simpson. He'll wheel onto the left and set it up. The tallest man's got the best chance there, Hale. He could have been dragged down. Harris was another one who had some fitness worries early. Now he's going to get pinged, which seems a little bit harsh.
Give him the footy now. Give him the footy now. Give him the footy now. Thank you.
And Betts takes it. Halfway stage of the last quarter. And Carlton getting a bit of cheek in this last term. Winning the quarter. And showing they've still got a bit of run and panache left in their performance for the afternoon. Simpson linking up nicely with Scotland, who's not sure he had the shot or not, but he set it up to the top of the square as it turned out, whether by design or by accident, and the behind is conceded in the end.
Keep going, guys. Keep coming out. Thanks, Sean.
Betts off the ground. Gibbs comes back on as the Kangaroos kick at the green.
Thanks, lads.
Pratt doing the kicking in. Casey Green played 54 games with the West Coast Eagles, including the 2005 grand final. Off to Harvey.
Where you are.
Now Wells. Caught to play on. Jackson stands the mark, so off a step Wells. Kicks it 50 metres to a contest. Petrie, ball to the back. It's all Kangaroos rolling. Good pick up. Good shepherd provided from David Hale. Jess Sinclair running inside. Runs to 30 and drags it. Be disappointed with that. He just dragged it to the right. So only one behind to the Kangaroos.
Walker got to try and get over Petrie, which is not an easy task. Umpire couldn't pay the mark to either player. Well done by Adam Simpson. Just a little bit too experienced that time. Now Casey Green over the top of it. Carazzo locks it in.
Thanks, boys. Nothing silly getting up.
Daniel Wells, 21 possessions this afternoon. Only the 3 inside 50s. I say only. He does his real damage when he can get that up around the 6 or 7 mark for the afternoon. Good pressure from Sainsbury on weight. The Blues trying to keep some control. Jackson displaying a few skills there. Walker, Murphy a little hurried. Now it's Rawlings and Sinclair. Lower, a late inclusion today. 2 late changes for both sides. Casey Green kept on running and got it back from Swallow. And it opens up for Archer. They'd love him to sneak forward and kick a goal in the record-breaking game. Not to be, not yet anyway. Brown for Petrie. It fell nicely. And Drew Petrie to go back and line up for his second goal. He's always looked dangerous, though, taken 10 marks. He's kicked 1 goal too.
Great team running then. A lot of players could have shared it another way, but always chose the right options. Just a bit more experience then from the Kangaroos. And Petrie's played a fine game, had a fine game.
And he's able to slot it. And the Kangaroos have now got 19 on the board.
Petrie, 13 kicks, 10 marks. Not a handball, but some of the marking's been good. Has been a bit too tall most of the day, and the use of the ball coming into him has been pretty handy from his teammates up ground. But nevertheless, a good contribution.
Carlton coaching box. Gavin Krasiska to the left of Brett Ratton's left.
This is his first real taste of one of these
hidings,
the little naughty ones.
Margin 53 points. McIntosh has been outstanding. Harris was held. He'll get the free kick.
Daniel Harris on the full. Daniel Harris on the full now. Thank you.
Right now.
Harris kicks it wide. Mark taken by Brown. Lee Brown wheels onto the right, but oh, gee, that's a reverse torpedo inside attacking 50. Ends up with Petrie, who snaps wildly. That'll be a free kick to the Blues. A little shake of the head from Drew.
Simpson. Good kick from Jackson, and the Blues are away via Ackland and Murphy into the middle of the ground. Here's the young man, Hampson, taking a mark.
And a kick.
And the kick won't be one he'll care to remember too well. His first kick. Brown for Petrie again. And hands on the head for young Hampson. The goal's going to have to be put through again.
You got to go back and be a lot of that.
Just watching that then with Hopland got caught in front and he didn't quite know what to do.
Come back around that way.
Michael, what would you suggest being a defender in that wonderful Collingwood premiership side?
Well, you just got to try and push back as hard as you can.
Correct.
Make body contact and push back
Just seem to be
as hard as you can,
I agree.
4 contested marks for the day for Drew Petrie, 7 marks inside 50. And now, 3 goals too.
Here it is, we'll see this turnover and the quick kick in, one-on-one. Oh, lick your lips, every forward line player. Yeah, so you went to chase the footy. You don't have to beat the footy, do you? You just have to beat your man. So keep coming back as hard as you possibly can. With your eye on the footy, I mean, it's very simple.
So Drew Petrie, 3 goals this afternoon, and only kicked 3 goals in his final quarter of the Kangaroos. 2 have come as a result of direct turnovers, unforced turnovers by the Blues. Kick towards half forward. Well done, McMahon. Fists it on. Only as far as Carazzo off the Bower. Betts concedes back to Carazzo, who keeps racking up the disposals. 27. Another dangerous kick this time. It comes off. Grigg. Saddington wide, running off David Hale. Kick towards half forward. Watt, well done, Shannon Watt's got very good closing speed. Russell and Watt coming in. Saddington, who just tried to put Watt down, failed, but his good physical presence. Boundary throw-in.
Kangaroos need a couple of goals if they're going to get their biggest score of the season.
On the fall, please.
There's Hampson learning some more lessons in the ruck.
So that's a mark, a handball, a kick, and now a free kick against.
In fact, that's his second free kick against. He got one his way, of course. I think that was paid advantage. He's spent most of the year in the VFL seconds, so that's to allow him the time to actually be in the ruck, because they've had a number of more experienced ruckmen playing in the VFL first. As we watch McMahon, young man who's been very quiet today, only 6 possessions, 4 marks, shown a lot. He actually made his debut against Carlton in that round 8 match earlier in the year. McMahon, he's pulled up a bit rough after that.
30 seconds is counting. 30 seconds is counting. Stay back on that line.
Umpire showing no sympathy, just saying 30 seconds is counting. Have your shot.
Guys, line out. Line out. You've had 20 seconds now. You've had 20. Thanks, Eddie.
So Scott McMahon, 21-year-old, kicked 11 goals, 7 for the season, and he got the radar bang on there.
Well, a young fella living up to the kicking promise of a lot of players that came from a particular club in Adelaide. That one, Hutto. McMahon
Yes.
from Woodville West Torrens.
Ah, okay, yes.
Breeder of many fine players.
Came from Woodville, didn't you?
Yes, this is the merge identity, Woodville West Torrens.
But you came from the original Woodville.
Yes,
is that
I did.
Correct? Yes.
That's correct. So but I wasn't talking about. I was talking about the merged identity
I understand
players.
that, yes.
Just clarifying that with you, Michael.
Yes. You, in fact, coached the merge entity, didn't you, Malcolm?
No,
Just Woodville.
just Woodville.
Barney coach then?
Yes.
Wells towards Sainsbury. Dropped a simple mark. Allows Gibbs in. Walker. And Andrew Walker away with plenty of room to deliver to half forward. Waite forced to spoil Watt. And again, the Kangaroos are able to get to the contest and have the numbers. Simpson. Clever little balk by Pratt has been very good. Off to Wells.
I'm glad you said that. I reckon he's important to the Kangaroos, to this run.
Archer now on centre wing to the applause of this adoring crowd. Sainsbury, 55 from goal. Multiple runners inside. Oh, they just mix it up, but that doesn't matter because Swallow picks it up and kicks a goal. Too easy. Margin out to 71, and that would be the most disappointing thing, I think, as a coach in Brett Ratton's position, because the kick comes in here to Sainsbury. He didn't mark it, but plenty of time, no pressure, and then he handballs inside. There's three of them there. They fumble around a bit. Sinclair's there as well. No pressure. No.
And people say they're not trying, but they're actually tired. You get tired, mentally, physically, hard, run out of skill. But he's from East Fremantle, and getting back, Neil Barr, coach with West Times, Coach Nord in Adelaide.
Nord, was it? Sorry.
Yeah. I said yes, but it was. I was thinking of Bruce Winter, who took them to their first premiership in Adelaide. An ex-Nord guy. Hale
down to Rawlings. They have got that mark, the highest score of the season for the Kangaroos. Walker has had he's had 27 possessions, but he's had his moments during the day. Jordan Russell linking up with Gibbs, and then Murphy vacant square, needed a kind bounce, did Jackson, and a bit of dexterity shown by Kennedy. Unfortunately couldn't cap it off with a goal. A lot of these quarters have taken on a similar pattern, haven't they? Carlton have come out pretty hard, but as the quarter has got longer and longer, the Kangaroos have got more and more in control, and as a result they've stretched it to 70 points as we speak right now.
Lower off to Hale, loose players everywhere. Hale feeds it to Petrie. 50 from goal. And he can go back. Didn't kick a goal in the first half. Let's kick 3 in the second half. This to make it 4. Game 127, just 24 years of age. Plenty of football left in Drew Petrie. Gee, that's a beautiful kick. He's kicked 4. And the margin now out to 76 points.
Well, talked about him earlier this quarter, the contribution he's made today. I would suggest Brent Harvey's had a very, very quiet last quarter. Hasn't really run the game out. He's contributed just 2 or 3 touches, but this bloke's come on strong in the last quarter. Good juice up the ground, and Carlton continually makes mistakes, but he's looked good. He might get a vote today, Michael.
Played well.
Well, they've got their percentage up in the run to 106 at the moment, the Kangaroos, which is still 6% behind Port Adelaide and West Coast, but they get the feeling they want to add some more. They're running, and Lower puts through another one. And now it's 82 points the difference.
Well, I think we all thought around this table that it would be, they'd win comfortably with the team that Carlton had in today, but this is getting a bit ugly now, and there's 18 players out in the ground in a very navy blue colour, probably waiting for the siren.
Tell you what it does, Blighty. It sets up a fascinating week ahead for Carlton with the Melbourne game next weekend.
Yeah, well,
that priority pick's going to be the talk of the town.
Yeah, well, if they play this team, the youngest team I've ever seen from, I can't remember when, it won't matter, they'll get it. Melbourne will want to win.
Again, here they go, Rawlings. Well tackled by Walker. Wells tries to knock it clear. Bentic. Gibbs, good little give to Scotland, who kicks it wide, and the mark's taken by Russell. Russell kicks it up. Gee, he didn't give Murphy much of a chance, and Archer read it brilliantly. Off to Simpson. Here they go again. Loose players everywhere. McMahon is off and away. Shares it with Brown. Well done by Waite, although he missed the tackle.
On the ball.
Oh, no, he didn't. He did enough. And the free kick to Jared Waite. Bentic. Carazzo, another disposal. Walker at the back with the set. Couldn't take the mark. He tackled Sinclair when he didn't have, but Andrew Walker picks it up. Quick snap at goal. Well offline. Boundary thrown. Big game that'll be next week. Kangaroos up against the Western Bulldogs. There's a fight to try and find a spot in the top 4. McIntosh, great tap to Simpson, off to Wells, and he plays it well, finds Brown.
This is the Kangaroos' best score since the last round of 2003. That was also against Carlton, so a pretty good record in recent times against the Blues. They won that day by 124 points. That was here at the Telstra Dome. Not long to go now.
No.
Adam Simpson going short, finds McMahon. McMahon just trying to hold play up. I'm not sure why you do that at this stage, but Carlton have got a lot of numbers back. Rolls the dice on Petrie, who flew very early. No free kick against. No helplessly out there. Corey Jones and Petrie be pretty keen to lay it off. No free kick again. Carazzo in the mix. Well done, O'Helpin, Bauer, and the Blues combining through. Oh boy. Scotland just got it away. And Walker, who's going to come in for possession number 30. Finds the tumbling Jamison, who's got forward into the game. And Glenn Archer in game number 307, broken the club record. And they're going to celebrate that win. It's significant because they could be back in the top 4 by the end of the round. They've got home by 82 today in Archer's big game. So it was hard at times. The Blues, young, very young team. They showed a bit early in quarters particularly, but you always felt the edge. Malcolm Blight was with the Kangaroos.
Yes, it was, and everyone picked the Kangaroos. Carlton, I think they're trying the young bodies. We're never going to be in the hunt for long enough.
Let's get down to Andrew Marr, and not surprisingly, he's found Glenn Archer.
Yeah, funny about that, Hutto. Does it mean a bit when every player from the other opposition side makes a beeline for you on a day like this?
Yeah, it is very flattering. It's great. Well, the Carlton boys, I think everyone come up to me and shook my hand. So, yeah, it makes you feel pretty proud when they do that sort of stuff.
And it makes a milestone one to savour when you can come out and have a win like this. You probably get dirty as hell and don't want to remember the day if you lose a game like this.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't the most inspiring game, but we had a really good win and good for our percentage. And so that's all you can ask for. I've been pretty lucky with my milestones. We've had some good wins. So.
And after the last couple of weeks, you had 3 really big weeks for the club. To come out and just do what you had to do and finish it off the way you did today, it's almost the perfect sort of game for you blokes, I'd imagine.
It is, because we've been in that position a few times this year. We haven't been able to finish teams off really well. That's why our percentage is so low. So to do it today gives us a bit of confidence going into the finals.
Mate, we can start talking about the North Melbourne Footy Club now and stop talking about Glenn Archer for the rest of the year. That'll make you pretty happy.
Oh, exactly. I can't wait till they start doing that.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thanks, Murray.
Back to you, boys. Good on you, Arch.
Thanks, Murray. Down there on the ground, and there's Dean Laidley. You heard the summation from Glenn Archer. I think he was spot on, really, in his way he analysed the game. The Kangaroos with a few casualties, though, Blighty. We saw Ferrito limp off the ground, and also the man who kicked the 4 goals early on, Aaron Edwards. So still the tale to be told on this game, I reckon.
Like our star man there, Andrew Marr, has found a Brent Harvey.
Trying to get another possession in there, is he, Murray?
Yeah, he just got 3 touches in the last quarter, Brent Harvey. Just might have missed the 3, I reckon.
Blighty's trying to talk you out of the 3 Brownlow votes right now, but that's not what we want to talk to you. What does he mean to you, Glenn Archer, the group? I mean, he's been such a story of 2007.
Sensational. I think Dean mentioned it before the game. He's outlasted 153 players or thereabouts. So it's a sensational effort. And look, for him to break the record today, we had a fantastic win. That secures our spot in the finals. But that's the big picture. But for Glenn Archer today to come out in 300 and what is it? 7 games. Yeah. It's a huge effort and broke Shimmer's record. So well done, Archie.
And the way that you've been able to get up for his milestone games, whatever milestone it might be, it's a mark of respect for the man.
Just look at the crowd now. They're going off for him. You heard the Archer Archer cheers towards the end of the game. It's sensational. Shin boner of the century. He's had a big year. There's been a lot of build-up for a lot of games, and just wrapped it with winning games for him.
And he reckons you'll go past him in about 2 years' time. Have you got that one earmarked?
No, I haven't got that one earmarked. As long as we can play finals footy and send Archie out on a good note, it'd be a fairy tale, wouldn't it?
Well, you'll be doing that now. Well done today, mate.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Good on you, fellas.
Thanks, Murray. The Harvey himself's played 237 games in 12 seasons. But here's Glenn Archer. More plaudits for the man who everybody loves. No one's got a bad word to say about him. He's now the Kangaroos games record holder, surpassing the great Wayne Shawbush. And there's high fives all round because they've won by 82 points. And as Brent Harvey said, their place, if it wasn't already, is assured in the September action, which is not far away.
We shout, God bless our native land. North Melbourne, North Melbourne. Out we come, out we come, out we come to play. Just for recreation's sake to pass the time away. Lots of fun, heaps of fun, enjoy yourselves today. North Melbourne boys are hard to beat when they come out to play. So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the chorus, North Melbourne's on the ball. Good old North Melbourne, the champions you'll agree. North Melbourne will be premiers, just you wait and see. Hey!
This